Hey, what's up? It's late, but we have rockets. We like rockets. We like them. Uh, hello. Hello. It's me, your boy, Strimmer. We like those rockets, don't we? Oh. Okay. So, the stream's already up, so here, let's get over to it. How are you guys doing? I'm sorry about not being here today. Yeah, I feel like poop. Poop. Just straight doo doo. Straight doo doo butter. Are you feeling better? No, not really. Um, I need a good night's sleep. I need a good night's sleep. I did watch AI Day though. You have a cold? I I don't know, man. If this is a cold, it's one of the nastier colds going around, man. It's not COVID. I know it's not COVID. We tested multiple times, Brie and I, because she had it the other day, and then she passed it to me. Oh, yeah, yeah. You can see I'm just sweating like crazy, just for no reason. That's good. Sure, that's completely normal. I'm sure that's completely normal. Anyway, there's a live shot of Firefly. This is the second attempt for Flight 2 here. We'll see what happens here. Oh man, there's actual influenza it seems. I think we got the flu. That's what I'm thinking. Do you have something warm? I have a space heater. Does that help? Sleep so you stay up for the Singapore GP tomorrow. That's not happening. I did get to see AI Day, man. That's so cool. The computer, I didn't. The robot's cool, but the computer stuff is where it's at. The dojo mainframes. Oh, those things are cool. You gonna watch the GP, Kevins? Right on. Did you guys see? If you guys haven't seen that, Tesla's the the freaking chip architecture is unbelievable. It's really really cool. Like really freaking cool. Oh god. Seeing Tesla actually talk about doing the FSD neural net and not just say it's happening was really cool. Yeah, the dojo. So Tesla's trying to basically work on an optimized server rack. They're trying to work on a server rack solution that, like, dude, it's not even a server rack. It's the whole chipset. They're working on a specially optimized chipset that takes all the highest bandwidth components that a computer needs to do neural net and graphic simulation, and kind of puts them near each other. Like it takes, it's if you took a computer, and took the power supply, the motherboard, and the graphics card, and kind of all put them into a compartment about that big. It's like a layered cake. Unbelievable. The chipset that they're working on is specifically designed for like high capacity rendering, and they with the like one of the dojos guys, they have like, I'd have to go back and look at the exact numbers. I think one dojo mainframe has, what was it, like 10 terabytes of RAM. 10 terabytes of RAM. Hey, S, what's going on? 10 terabytes of RAM in one Dojo mainframe, and then these things are like Legos. You can just attach more and more of them together, and the more it's like scalable computing power, which is just okay.
Discovery.
So you see that Tesla bot? Yeah. What's this computing used for? You want me to blow your freaking mind, dude? The computing is used to basically render every single road in existence in a 3D environment for rapid prototyping of Tesla's for rapid prototyping of Tesla's self-driving AI. Yeah. It's so the Teslas drive around and they use autopilot, right? This is the extremely short version. If you guys didn't see AI Day, go watch AI Day. It's ridiculous. Like, this is Star Trek, like, straight up. Even I'm sitting there going, they have the autopilot. Basically, when it sees something, they have a couple of different ways of, like, they're using a relative navigation. So basically, they have a bunch of cameras on there, and the cameras are doing a bunch of different things. So first and foremost, the cameras are recording. They're taking pictures, right? It's like if you had a GoPro on the front, right? They're taking those pictures. So they get all, like, pictures of the intersection, like Google Earth style almost, right? And then they have onboard computer. It's like probably has more in common with, like, the Perseverance rover's landing avionics, but whatever. The onboard computer basically defines they defined it down to basically the local space around the Tesla. And the Tesla is basically coming up with paths, lane paths. They call it lane bandwidth, right? And I know this doesn't sound like, okay, what's so cutting edge about that? So, like, if you're just driving the Tesla around and you drive it around a corner and you take a right, the Tesla obviously knows that you took a right-hand corner. You took a right-hand turn. But what if you have a right-hand turn that goes into that, and it's a right-hand turn onto a boulevard with 2 lanes? The Tesla, when you're at the stop sign, will make a node. Think cities. It'll make a node, and they're using a spline IK they're using splines to make tensors, and those tensors can map out a suggested route that a Tesla can take when it's on autopilot. That information, every once in a while, will get put back into Tesla's mainframe, right? It'll get beamed, like, over the Wi-Fi or something. It'll get downloaded right back into Tesla's mainframe. And they use that information to basically upgrade, use a neural, that information is dumped into a neural net, and that neural net is used to upgrade the decision making for autopilot. So, like, the more a human drives their Tesla around, that's more data for them to be able to rapidly prototype the autopilot. Now, on top of that, I said the Teslas are taking videos, right? On top of that, this is where it gets nuts, and you guys aren't gonna believe me, and, like, you have to go see this for yourself. The Tesla is generating in voxels a real-time 3D map of everything around it, and it's using that to figure stuff out. Like, it can figure out lanes, right? But you got to figure out, like, where the curb is, right? You got to figure out if a car is stationary. You got to figure out if where's a tree or a mailbox or a hydrant, and it uses voxel rendering. It basically picks up on points of light, and those points of light it renders as voxels, which it ends up looking like something out of Tron. And that data, along with the pictures that it's taking, gets sent back as well. Guys, they are... dude, I just got to show you. Hang on. I got to show you this part. Just this one part. Like, this one part freaking blew my mind. I'm sitting there with my jaw to the floor. So, like, here, there's a quick thing on volumetric occupancy. Like, see, look, it's looking around. See, it's making voxels. It's taking the video footage and it's making voxels out of it, which is just all right. See it right there. Look, what the hell? It's rendering voxels based on, interpolated off these images in real time, and it color codes them depending on what the car thinks it is. Like, is it a stationary vehicle? Is it a building? Etc. Etc. And then so there. Look, the Tesla lays down nodes. It looks like roads. They look like cells in city skylines, guys. The Tesla does that by itself when you drive it around. See the node in the decision making? How they went through how it maps nodes and stuff, and then I gotta find the crazy part. Look, Tesla self-driving generated that intersection. That is all neural net generated based off of the information from the Tesla. Look at that. That's unbelievable. It's ridiculous. Where's the... Okay. All right, here, back this up a little bit. This part right here. And once again, Firefly will get going in a second. I'm just go a little bit forward more. What's happening when we see a Tesla crash into a child test dummy? I don't know what you're trying to get at, Fezzy, but whatever. Look at that. It's a pretty nice picture, right? Looks like downtown San Francisco. That's a render. That is a render based off of information from Teslas driving around. Sadie Religious, what's up? Okay, guys, I don't think this conveys the point correctly. This was all generated by Teslas driving around. Teslas rendered and mapped a 3D environment in Unreal just from driving around. Like, I don't think people realize how ridiculous that actually is. A human did not make this. AI made this. AI made that. That is entirely 100% AI generated 3D environments. They actually outputted it to Unreal to I think it's U5. I don't know though. But look, there's those splines that they make with the autopilot, and that gives them the road information, and then they use the scanning on the test. They use the pictures basically to create a scan, and that creates the road surface. Roads are bumpy. The textures are not man-made. The textures are using photogrammetry, like what Flight Simulator does. Look. And then they get lane and street information, and then they use the Tesla's cameras. What the hell? That's unbelievable. Yeah, see? There's the nodes. And then what they can do is they can overlay the spline information, right? The tensors. They can overlay that over it. And then on top of that, in their 3D prototyping environment, they can change it. So if a road's under construction, they can do rapid prototyping with this and the Tesla software to have it understand that road is closed, and it'll automatically find another route, which is just what the frick. Yeah, guys, this was everything that you see here was generated by AI. All of it. It was generated by AI based off of Teslas driving around San Francisco. That bird. So here, let me get to the look. Oh my, dude, this is like, all right, here, look. Yeah, see, they put it. It's put in Unreal. They prototype autopilot in freaking Unreal with a 3D generated environment in Unreal. That's Unreal. So, you see that? This is talking about how they compartmentalize it. There's literally, they make the 3D environment in cells, like Minecraft. Freaking cells. They put them in tile sets, like Minecraft. That. How long you think it took to render all that? Probably a week. A week? You think a week for basically 50 square miles? Back it up. Where is it? 5 minutes? No, it was right. It was about 2 weeks. They rendered the entirety of San Francisco, like driving around in these cells here, in basically a freaking week. That is ridiculous. They did that because of the graphic. They basically are making server racks that are graphics optimized. They're optimized around graphics and dude, some of these numbers. All right, here it is, real quick. Look. Tech guys, look at those numbers. That's one of these cells. Or actually not. That the Exapod is 10 of them. But do you see that right there? You see that? That's 13 terabytes of RAM. RAM. So they have DRAM and SRAM. This is the RAM that's designed for like that's like it's like VRAM almost. From what I understand, this is what they're using to render 3D stuff, and the SRAM over there is used for high bandwidth. I'm so reluctant on believing numbers on a slideshow with Tesla. Yeah. Then also, Tesla bot last year was a guy dancing around in a suit. This was a guy dancing around in a onesie jumpsuit last year. Well, this might have been a very skinny guy. All right, that's fair. Guys, that thing's doing that by itself. And you know what's messed up? That's the prototype. They already have a production model. They already have a production model figured out. A production model has been manufactured already. That's like the beta version. Okay, we gotta go over here. Come on. What the hell? They're literally teaching that thing how to walk right now, which is why the guys had to move it. That's, dude. How did we get here? Anyway. You see that shit, G? Unbelievable. Dude, that is... Oh, Dish, it's funny you mentioned that. Somebody asked that in the thing, and Elon said, "Yeah, you could have a Tesla bot be your friend if you want. You could have it be your friend." And then he went like this. You could have it be your friend if you want. And then posted that. I don't know if he's kidding. I don't know. I don't know if he's kidding. The Teslas can do cloud supercomputing, so each Tesla can work on a piece of the rendering. Yeah. Yeah. Fluids. That is wild stuff. Anyway, we're here for Firefly. So it's the same video that we saw last night, but I'll put it on anyway.
Preparing a satellite, integrating the satellite. Firefly have given us a brilliant opportunity to launch our own first educational orbital satellite.
Anyway, that's about all the energy
The idea behind Serenity was to build a carrier that we could use for student experiments. Now we're doing the ultimate test on orbit. And if it turns out to work, now we have a tool that we can put in our tool belt to help astronauts with radiation.
I said that already.
We're putting a blockchain experiment into space. And what we're looking for is to test how we can communicate efficiently from the Earth to blockchain satellite, perform various types of transactions. This is the beginning of several types of experiments we want to do to test the limits of blockchains in space.
I'm looking forward to the Serenity 4, 5, and 6. I want to see what those are going to look like and what experiments the students are going to bring. We want to give them the opportunity.
When is the launch?
To
15 minutes
on orbit and do something amazing.
Top left, dude.
We are up and running between the teaching, the launching, and the receiving and analyzing and presenting of the data. And it's like we have our own space program for teachers.
Yeah, so that was the Teachers in Space Serenity CubeSat. So the next one that we have a little video for, too, is the NASA Tech EdSat 15. This is one that I'm pretty excited about. Actually, I think I just read somewhere, I believe the FAA is trying to make it so there is a 5-year lifespan on satellites. And this is actually a perfect, that satellites need to be able to deorbit within 5 years of their end of life, end of service, or end of mission. And so this is actually a perfect demonstration mission right here. This is a mission that's working on developing a way to be able to rapidly deorbit certain satellites, especially small sats and CubeSats. And yeah, let's go ahead and roll this video because we'll learn more about it. Here we go.
NASA's mission is to help stimulate and advance commercial space. We collaborate with our young professionals within NASA, private industry, universities, and basically use this as a cauldron to advance a lot of technologies through experiments. In this case, it's helping to supply a very quick turnaround nanosatellite to the Firefly team.
The Tech Education Satellite Series is a rapid prototype series of incremental CubeSat developments. It's a good pathfinder for new launch vehicles, which helps reduce the risk that we have for other NASA missions.
There's so much you can do with small cube satellites. I mean, we can help with climate change. We can help with climates in Mars, climates in Venus.
We're doing pathfinding efforts to enable, manufacturing and low Earth orbit.
We're really interested in taking the nanosatellite concept and moving that to the
I'm
lunar
not sure,
environment
Builder.
as well as Mars.
I have to look.
Our primary payload actually for TechEdsat 15 is our exoatmospheric braking device, which we like to call our exobrake. Our exobrake is made out of a material
It looks like it dumps a turbo pump exhaust into the
that was on
nozzle.
a space shuttle, which enables us to have a certain amount of control authority in regions of our atmosphere where most other CubeSats cannot.
We're also flying solar panels that are commercial off-the-shelf units. It lowers the cost of the most critical component of our satellite.
I could actually command the satellite using email, actually. While we were quarantined at home, I was actually commanding satellites in my bedroom.
I got my aerospace engineering degree from San Jose State. You're taught very practical things from the get-go that translated almost seamlessly into industry work, especially at NASA, and integrating here with Firefly.
Actually, she was in a very strategic location, being next to NASA Ames Research Center and being near Silicon Valley. We have an opportunity to work with technology that's actually cutting edge and then be able to apply that in a space environment.
My generation is involved in watching all the Apollo launches when I was a child, and I always wanted to work at NASA and teach and be part of this.
We have the job of turning science fiction into science fact.
It's an opportunity for me to also work with our younger staff and excite them.
I did.
They're going to define the next generation of space and space exploration.
Yeah, I saw the AI day. Dude, it's unbelievable. Unbelievable. I want a dojo, dude. I want a dojo.
So I'm going to take a little break here and break from the norm. I got to say, I got fact checked here by our friend Scott Manley. He's absolutely right, saying OCO2, the mission that I did see, was actually technically retrograde because it went to sun synchronous orbit, which is something like 97 or 98 degrees retrograde. So you're absolutely right, Scott. I did actually see a retrograde orbit, but this one's flying at 137 degrees. That is very retrograde. That actually flies like way out over the ocean. So you're right. Just had to send that. That's the beauty of that's actually what I love about live chat is like I learn a lot and I get corrected live on air, and that's the beauty because I'm just a guy just up here chit-chatting. The other payloads on this rocket are the Libre Space Foundation Picobus, the Quebec 1 and 2, and also the AMSAT EA Genesis G Astroland 1 and Genesis J Astroland 2, as well as FOSA Systems FOSASat 1B. So yeah, if you want to read more about all these awesome payloads, remember to check out our website, everydayastronaut.com.
137 is not the flight azimuth, Falcon. 137 is the orbital inclination. So you add 90 degrees. So 137 degrees inclined is southwest because you start inclination at 90 degrees because your baseline is due east on the equator, right?
Discovery.
Flight azimuth is correlative to compass heading. So this thing is heading like 210 or something, 200, something like that.
In a cloud. I'm living in a cloud. But yeah, that's what we can expect from the rest of this launch.
No.
If you guys want to read more and more about this, you can head on over to
like
everydayastronaut.com, click on upcoming launches,
Well,
and you'll see this article. This one was written by Florian. So please, everyone, say thank you to Florian and say thank you to our website crew who makes this stuff happen.
Thanks, Florian.
Along with the whole rest of the team. There's a whole team having to make me, helping me make a show possible. So yeah, all right, let's pull up the big old rocket cam. I gotta just check out on this thing and look at that. So right off the top, I gotta say, people always ask about the condensation on a night like tonight. Boy,
can I replay the launch? No, Hernt, I can't. It hasn't happened yet. We got about 45 minutes. Get you some soups and tea. Believe me, I am hopped up on more cough syrup than I care to mention. Yeah, I'm trying to make it, dude. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it this afternoon. I felt so bad. I spent you know what? You guys don't need to hear that. I spent a lot of time in bed and not in bed on the toilet. Yeah. It's not been a good day. That's not been a good day for your boy. I don't know why I felt the need to say that, but whatever. All right.
Comes in contact with the air, it makes for those beautiful clouds. So that's totally normal, totally fine. If it,
I don't want to talk about it.
So just a fun thing to kind of look at and keep in mind. Man, I love how that shot you almost don't see the rocket because it's just there's so much condensation around it. But yeah, that payload fairing. I love this shot. Is really fun too because when it currently you can kind of see on the right side of the rocket there. That is
you like bullet bourbon. I mean, well, I'm more of a whiskey blood fan, but yeah, bourbon. You asking or you offering? You know what I'm saying? Well, hey. B12 energy drink will boost the body metabolism. Thanks, Doc.
Ripped away as the rocket ascends. I just think that's super cool. So let's keep going here. We've got a handful of great questions from everybody. Quick reminder, of course, if you guys have good questions, as our mods caught the correction there.
No offense, but you sound like trash now. If I just said I sound like trash, why would I take offense when you say it? Isn't having facilities and structures that close to the pad, to the launch pad, bad? Can't the vibrations or heat damage the structures, or do they just have a really good water suppression system? The flame trench is covered, Jake. That's actually a good question. The flame trench, there's like a pipe going down to the flame diverter. The flame trench is down, well, not in this room, but it's down there. So, yeah, the structures can be that close. The other thing is that the steel doesn't care too much about the vibrations, but the rocket's made out of aluminum or carbon or whatever. It's made out of a lot of exotic materials. The steel doesn't care. The steel don't care. These are concrete reinforced bunkers, basically. I mean, launch pads basically have to deflect a nuclear blast for the most part because the overpressure event that happens when a rocket engine fires. The sound reverberation isn't necessarily for the ground service equipment. It's for the rocket. It's so the rocket doesn't damage itself, because rockets are a lot more delicate than a concrete bunker. Now, if you could make the rocket out of concrete, that would be great. But it'd be really freaking strong, and then you probably wouldn't need a sound suppressor. But also, you just made a rocket out of concrete. You know what I'm saying? These structures here, they look just like regular buildings. They are not regular buildings. The walls on these buildings are about that thick. Those ones you could see them. You could see one of the walls right there. The reason why I know they're thick is because I haven't been inside Slick 2 before. I've never been on near the pads at Vandenberg. I only seen them from a distance. But I have walked on like 39B. And I've walked inside of the pad and stuff at 39B. I wasn't allowed to take pictures, or else I would be showing them right now. Everything in there is built up to withstand a heck of a blast. That's done on purpose. And oh, there you go. There's a shot of the flame trench. See how it goes down and the diverter goes this way? Actually, it's very interesting that they had a smaller diverter in there. I didn't even notice that. Let me back it up for a second. Look, they had a small diverter. See, there's a teeny flame diverter because Firefly is a lot skinnier of a rocket than the rocket that flew out of this pad previously. The last rocket that took off out of Slick 2 was Delta 2 carrying. It was a Delta 2 7940, carrying IceSat 2. And you can see there's a bigger deflector behind the small deflector right there. And that bigger deflector was for the SRBs on Delta, which is actually pretty interesting. They didn't need that big of a flame trench, so they just put a smaller diverter on top of it. See that? I never noticed that. That's really cool.
Most people locally say Lompoc, but they're just O's.
It's Lompoc. Don't say Lompoc.
No,
it's Lompoc.
I don't know. Don't get me started. I got myself started.
It's Chumash.
Sorry. All right, so okay, this is a good question from David Marshall. What launches on the West Coast are coming up that everyone would recommend
those pipes
trying
not
to view in person?
liquefy?
Well, a really exciting one that's coming up.
Those pipes shoot water out, they're cold. That's why.
Be sure you look out because this one is on the West Coast, ready to launch in T-minus 38 minutes and 50 seconds. But other than that, there's an upcoming, there's a Starlink launch
Dave,
on Monday here from Slick 4E.
It's on
there's
Monday.
Also, I believe in November is going to be the last Atlas launch from the West Coast.
Tim,
it's an end of an era
that
the last time the Atlas 5, last Atlas is going to launch from Vandenberg, which is, they just had the last Delta 4 launch, and now they're going to have the last Atlas 5 launch. So it's history kind of coming to an end as ULA gets ready to start launching their Vulcan rocket from here. So that would be a fun one to see just because it's history. It's definitely one of those
countdown
milestones that's, just sort of yeah, I mean, it's means it's progress, but you know, for me, I never did get to see. I never saw Delta IV Heavy from here. I really wish it would have timed out that I was here when it launched, but here we are. Yeah, there's a handful. You know, spaceflightnow.com has a great list. Our website also upcoming launches. everydayastronaut.com. You can see upcoming launches and see which ones are from Vandenberg. But yeah, those would be ones that I would say depending on your time frame. But the Atlas V launch would be hard to beat. So, all right.
What was the whole point of DART, Bruce? Planetary Defense Operations. No, we weren't under attack by an asteroid. There wasn't an asteroid hitting us. This was a test to make sure that we could hurl a satellite at an asteroid and deviate its course. Now, the real scientific question from the DART mission was how much did we deviate its course by slamming into it going 10,000 miles an hour? Oh, no, 14,000 miles an hour. That was the point. Planetary defense. Yep. It was a mission by NASA on behalf of the Planetary Defense Office, which is part of the Space Force. That's what Space Force does. Space Force, one of their founding goals is space situational awareness and space debris management. That's not just adversarial like for countries on the ground. That is asteroid defense too. Yep. Good idea.
It's kind of similar, but they just use it at startup to get a nice clean, get the engine going and all that stuff. And then once there's stable, once there's a constant flame, they start flowing fuel in. So the fuel has an ignition source already, and they'll have a nice clean startup.
Right, Bruce.
So that is totally normal to see the green flash at the beginning of engine ignition. You actually notice that as well on the Falcon 9 when the Falcon 9 takes off and when the Falcon 9 relights its engines. Nice. Like coming in for a re-entry or a landing burn, you will notice that green flash as well. That is that same thing, the TTEB, triethyl aluminum triethyl borine. Yeah, got to just say thank you so much to Brock86. I appreciate that. We're trying our best out here to just keep up the spirits as it is getting chilly again tonight, but it's not too bad. But I appreciate it. We're having fun out here. Though we're making the best use of our time in between these launch attempts. Not a bad place to be. We're out here underneath the an old NASA hangar. Pretty cool place to be. It's really cool history out here at Vandenberg.
At the time, it looked like it was just simply bumping into an asteroid. I mean, it hit that asteroid with the velocity of like 4 or 5 times like a high-powered rifle cartridge would be at. 4 or 5 times faster than that. So yeah, it is a big deal. I mean, they launched that satellite out there and hit an asteroid Dimorphos that's about the size of like a football stadium, and they hit it with about 40 feet of deviation. So like you have an asteroid think about like an asteroid the size of like a football stadium, right? And if it's an American football stadium, they were aiming for the 50-yard line, and they hit it on the 40-yard line in the center of the field, in between the hash marks. Like, that's pretty impressive, dude. That's I don't know if people realize the amount of math involved with doing something like that. And yeah, it's a double asteroid redirect. That's the other thing, Bruce. They didn't just hit an asteroid. They hit an asteroid that was orbiting around another asteroid, a dual asteroid system that was orbiting around the sun. It's nuts. It's nuts. It's nuts. It's like hitting a bullet with another bullet after they've both been fired out of a weapon. So move 40 or 10 yards. I don't know. Hopefully they got a first down.
Getting ready for our second flight of the Alpha vehicle. We're very excited about it. It's really been great working with the range and the base on safety, flight safety, public safety, pretty much all aspects, getting ready for a mission.
Green flash.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool.
Pretty much, Bruce. It's pretty damn impressive.
Some of the
it's not just bumping an asteroid. I mean, it is, but also
infrared cameras, so they can see. Right now we do have a pretty major marine layer. See, here's one of the tracking cameras here. What's awesome is we were seeing the tracking cam guys earlier, or people who are in charge of the tracking cameras.
Only at the beginning, Ben.
Looking at the moon through the clouds. It was unbelievable. They were tracking the moon, and not only was it smooth, we could see straight through the clouds. And
did NASA hire Burrow? Yeah. Tua couldn't play. freaking Burrow, man. I like Burrow. Jake Burrow, freaking, it's a good quarterback.
Miles, a little over.
It's gruesome. It's a gruesome hit, dude. It's like watching freight train derail. You're just like, okay. So someone, it's funny. I was watching last week's game, not Thursday, not yesterday. I was watching on Sunday, right? And he got hit. And Tua got up from a hit, and he started walking back to the huddle, and he kind of just, the huddle was over here, and he started walking back towards it, and then he was walking this way and then fell down. And I'm like, that guy is concussed. He should not be playing football for like a couple of weeks. Because if you play with a concussion, you run the risk of brain injury. Yeah, we've kind of been over that. Kind of learned that one. Yeah, you don't get hit and then go, oh, what happened? You know, like that. You should probably go there. I can't believe they cleared him back to play in that game. I'm like, nah, he should be sitting out. And you know how I am with this stuff. I'm like, dude, just send it. The players know what they're getting into. But in this particular case, they absolutely don't because they just had a traumatic head injury. Like, ugh. You know, it's like, dude, what are you doing? You almost killed that man.
Wolves, thank you so much for tuning in. Always fun to see Musical Wolves in chat. What happens to the fairings? Do they splash down and sink since they aren't recovering, or do they burn up in re-entry? So most likely the fairings, which is the nose cone of the rocket, that's what encapsulates the payload. So inside that nose cone is the payload. One of the biggest reasons for these fairings is literally just to protect the payload from the extreme aerodynamic forces. You know, imagine,
or you won't.
Even imagine if you had like a sensitive payload on the front of like a fighter jet going through the atmosphere. Now imagine going even faster and the amount of pressure that's would be put on that payload. So they encapsulate it in a nice aerodynamic nose cone. And then once it's in space, obviously there's no more atmospheric pressure. There's no more any of that. So they just peel away the fairing, and then they'll continue off into space. And that not only frees up weight, but it also then exposes the payload to be able to be deployed once it's the.
Grab Shark, would you go back in? You had your dream job. Would you go back into the football game after getting a concussion? Hell no. Would you do it for $1 million an hour? Be honest. $1 million an hour. That's about what these guys make. You really wouldn't. Do it yourself.
Are so lightweight.
I'd go back in. Hell yeah. Put me back in, coach.
A pencil, you'll see one's a lot more dense, has lower surface area, and the payload fairing itself is lightweight, big surface area. So it should survive the re-entry because it is coming in pretty, it's coming in. It's actually going to go a little bit higher, a little bit faster than the first stage because payload, the fairings separate after stage SEP. So, all right. Let's see. This is a good question here from Johnny, and thank you so much for the generous donation.
They don't lose money when they get a concussion spot,
Do you or anyone know about ice buildup on the rockets? Ice thickness and weight? How much shakes off during ascent? Just wondering. So I think it's relatively thin. I don't know.
Are those Danish pastries? You gave him 500 pastries? What's DKK? I think that's Danish money. EJ, have you seen the old movie Lucas? Negative. Are we go? Everything seems to be okay, Vasi, but then again, we've been kind of talking about hand egg here, so. Danish kroners? Oh, are those like scones? Like Danish pastries, right? Donkey? You know what DK stands for, Pork? Donkey Kong? No, Drift King.
On all four corners. 5 letters, but only 4 corners. Pretty darn cool. I think, see, there's the L. Yeah, I don't know if the other one will show it too much, but yeah, it actually spells out. Yeah, there's H, so P is behind the transporter erector. That's pretty cool. We can almost read it all the way there, just straight from our camera views. So, yeah, so that's, what was I saying? Ice, yeah, okay. So from the
Thank you.
you'll see that the rocket is black. That's because that's where the RP-1, the fuel, is held in that tank there. But then the first stage actually keeps going all the way through that white, and that white is the liquid oxygen tank. So that's why, liquid oxygen extremely, extremely cold. It's sitting in there so cold that the atmosphere here, the humidity in the atmosphere, I can literally, I don't know if you can see, but like it is damp. So obviously if this was, imagine if you had like a piece of dry ice underneath this aluminum table here that I'm sitting at, I would form an ice layer as well. So that's the exact same thing we're seeing on the rocket. Now this rocket is carbon composite with a thin layer of cork, and then it is painted black. I did not realize that when we were on air last time, or 2 weeks ago for the first set of launch attempts.
Boss man, what up, dude? 75-month resub.
The inside of the rocket and the primary structure is 100% carbon composite. It is the largest carbon composite rocket that has flown, and liquid-fueled rocket that has flown. And yeah, then it's got that cork layer just on the outside of it, and that's painted. So it probably has some decent amount. Yeah. All right, let's keep going here. I'll keep answering some of your guys' questions.
Not far enough.
Oh, we got it from Yevis Lacombe saying shout out to his buddy Pete at Firefly Mission Control. Good luck. That is awesome. So cool. I mean, I love that. Hopefully.
I know that guy. That guy's pretty cool.
That's so cool. Ricky, I don't know if these emojis will show up on air, but there's a bunch of pumpkins. Why do they launch between 12 and 2? I think the biggest thing is, they have to work with the range here to be able to, clear the airspace, clear the ground. And I think with the demonstration with
Astra actually canceled that rocket. They said they said screw it, we're starting over, making a bigger rocket. Yeah, rocket 3.3 gone, retired. Yeah, oh yeah. Everyone went, what are you doing? You're making another rocket? You're going to make another one? You can't even get this one working. And they're like, nah, we're just going to make another one. And everyone's like, oh, okay.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
You could see the precise point where they announced that they retired the rocket. And then...
see the payload.
Hey, Marrakesh.
I did an interview with him last year at their Briggs site outside of Austin, Texas. I'm pretty sure it's carbon composite and then aluminum honeycomb, like a little layer of
Boss, you see that? You see the quick restart Raptor? Oh my goodness, that's magical, dude.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
Dinkelberg. Boogity, boogity, boogity. Tier 2, 65-month resub. Let's go racing. Not much. Keep him busy. Sweet. They've been testing them there back to back. Dude, they quick started one 8-second turnaround. I was trying to figure out like how the heck that even works, dude. And my mind only turned to paste. I'm like, the best thing that I could come up with is like they're doing an anti-lag, like they have like an anti-lag system that keeps the turbine spinning. And I'm just like, that would break a lot of things.
Computers up the wazoo that can handle all of these layers of sensors and data
that's a
streams
different
coming
company,
through like crazy. So it's amazing that they can fire up the engines and have them shut.
These are Reaver engines, Flykin. Those are in-house designed to Firefly.
Looking good and looking like it's ready to go for launch. So testament to the engineering and the software that was able to make it so there wasn't an issue and that they're able to proceed today. So very, very cool. All right, so let's see here. Thank you very much from Bob Paterno. I appreciate that. 19 months of membership. Very much appreciate that. This is awesome from Gabe.
Haven't heard anything.
Fun little. My name's actually Tim, but I thank you. This is from an employee being there. They are a proud bunch, as they should be. Honestly, the just out here talking with the teams, I've got to know a handful of the engineers and the people.
Is there a typical restart time for rockets? Yeah, Nick, not 8 seconds.
Relaxed, and everyone's just, it's just fun to see how people work, and you know, seeing people just literally like problem solve on the.
He's an enchanter. Some people call him Tim.
Actually set up this live stream, and the solutions are just like, yeah, you know, boundless, just oh cool, I got something, and they just like show up 3 minutes later with the solution. I just love working with people like that. So yeah, big shout out to everyone at Firefly and the teams at Firefly for just allowing all this stuff to happen and allowing us to be here. It really
I was more impressed with the computer than the robot.
Yeah, and I should mention again, Firefly doesn't ask me to say this, but I feel like it's just kind of the right thing to do. I would definitely recommend going to their website, firefly.com, and look at their careers page as well, or look at their. If you are looking for a job, I think it's they're an awesome company to work for. If you happen to live near Austin or want to live near Austin or be out here in Lompoc. There's definitely a great group of people out here. This is their website, though. Not every day after. This is firefly.com. I did want to point this out. This is an awesome little bit on their Alpha rocket. You can click here. You can actually see some of the inside of this vehicle. It is fun to remember that their second stage engine is still turbo pump fed. The first stage runs on 4 Reavers. The upper stage of this is a Lightning engine, which is basically like a smaller version of the Reaver. So it's It's still that utilizes that tap-off cycle, which is something that has never been flown on an orbital rocket. So Firefly was the first to attempt it last year, and hopefully tonight they might be the first ones.
Oh, don't say it!
Put
don't say it!
Tap-off cycle.
Don't say
rocket, it! Tap-off powered cycle rocket. Tap-off cycle powered rocket. There we go. Into orbit. Something that I am a big fan of. This is one of those engine cycle types. I'm like, why isn't this more common? I just think it's such a cool idea. So if you have questions about that, be sure and watch my video, How Do You Power a Rocket Engine? We go through all the cycle types, from pressure-fed to open cycle to closed cycle. Yeah. And just a fun
Aqualex, I've been wondering if you could mix and match stages from different companies like they did early on, flying or near flying now. What would you slap together? I'd put a Vulcan core on top of a 5-segment SRB. Yes, I've thought about this, and put an Orion capsule on top of that. You're welcome.
Let's see here. This is very true here, James. The engine.
I put way too much thought into this. This is the Aqualex. That's the stuff I think about for fun. I'm not even kidding. Hey, Opture, 49-month resub. Great night for space. I hope so, man. I hope so.
Looking good, but after the engine ignition, if I remember it, there's actually a decent amount of.
That's right, sub. Hell yeah.
I don't know about pitting per se, but even some soot and things like that. Some of the exhaust.
Centaur 5 on top
lens,
of a Falcon Heavy. Oh.
So. All right, here we go for the terminal count, the go-no-go poll.
Yeah.
Net with a ready report for terminal count.
That'd be really good.
Go. FSW.
Go.
GSW.
All right, I'm shutting up.
GNC.
Go.
Prop 1.
Go.
Fluids 1.
Go.
Structures.
Go. Discovery.
AVI.
Go and throttle up.
FTS.
Go.
GC.
Go.
VC.
Go.
PMM.
Go.
MA.
Go.
Mythco.
Go.
Rock.
Go.
FISPO.
Go.
OSIM. LWO. CE.
Go.
LD. Go. We are go for terminal count.
Okay. Chat, you go.
VC, please
Did you
confirm
hear that? You got that right.
Auto engage auto sequence is completed.
Wow. All right. You guys heard it there. We'll be able to bring back the mission control audio here shortly in about 9 minutes or so. Around T-minus 10 minutes, we'll be able to bring you guys back that audio. But for now, as you heard over the nets, we are go for launch. Yes, that is awesome. Launch Director Megan Roth giving us the go for launch. This is great news, guys. We are coming up on T-minus 18 minutes, 45 seconds. Ryan, how you feel?
Why does Falcon 9 look weird? Yeah. Look weird?
Side of Luna there helping, not helping, running the show. They are 100% running the show. So, yeah, we are ready, guys. I feel, yeah, let's get back to that rocket because we are coming up here. So,
Tim is the official cast for
this. All right,
this,
let's keep answering some questions here.
He did wave back, yeah.
This is great news from Scott Manley. We do have confirmation even from Scott Manley on he concurs that, in his opinion, the pointy end is up and the flaming end is down. That is great. That was quick punching. Pointy end up and flaming end
What about the EUS
down.
on top
Great
of
news.
an
Thank you so
advanced
much,
segment?
Scott, for concurring.
Not enough TWR.
It's much appreciated. Much appreciated. So, this is a good question here from Curtis. Was it ever considered to add more payload weight to get closer to what Alpha is capable of, similar to how SpaceX put payload simulators on Starship tests?
Hey, Chaos.
So the thing is, you really, for your
Bending
first go,
buddy.
when this is a demonstration mission, this is just simply a test flight. You really don't want to push your vehicle to the limits. It's nice to have some margin of error. Let's say, during a certain portion, they might even be able to shut down one of the 4 engines later on in the first stage burn and actually still get to their, target destination and get into orbit.
Some EUS, the EUS wouldn't get into space, guys. It wouldn't get into space, even if it was on Super Heavy. Super Heavy is not designed to fly that far into space. Think about it. You can't put an EUS on top of a 5-segment SRB, and you can't put it on top of a Super Heavy. It doesn't have the TWR to get into space. Not even close. Hey, Paul, thanks for the bits, man. Right on. Now with that attitude, yeah. Sorry, you physics think, yeah. I know you're hoping Firefly will succeed, but do you realistically think they will? I don't think they'll tell it to launch without giving it the best possible chance of success back alley. Yeah, dude. They're not... This is different, man. When you spend in the private sector, yeah, you can't really... I mean, you can fail forwards, I suppose, but yeah, I guarantee you they're really trying to get this thing to go. How you feeling? Terrible, Magellan. I'm putting on a brave face. I feel horrid. I think this is the flu. It's not COVID, whatever it is. We got the tests out because we weren't sure. Because I felt like garbage. And I still feel like trash. I was barely staying awake watching AI Day. I was sitting in my bed and I'm like, you look like $1 million. Thank you. They fixed yesterday's issues. They wouldn't be out here on the pad if they weren't confident that they fixed them, Throttle, yeah. I suggest not streaming tomorrow. BB8, what's up, man? Hey, RJ, let me sleep on it. We'll play it by ear, okay? I got a lot of NyQuil. Oh, dude. Yeah. I pulled out all the stops, man. I got like NyQuil, I got Sudafed, I got ibuprofen, Tums. I pulled out all the stops, man. I got all that going in right now. It's just enough to get me up to like where I can stream. It's not good. It's not good, but it's fun, man. Hey, whatever.
Second video about what's going on with Luna, because we did the first part video about the build of Luna, and then it's like, all right, part 2 will be,
Someone, how about this? Super Heavy with SN5 on top of it, and then an EUS, and then an Orion on top of that. How about that? That would be one tall freaking rocket, am I right?
New rockets like this, it should be expected. We were chasing some pretty
that's illegal.
Breaking edge, brand new rockets that have never, this is the second flight of this rocket, and as we mentioned, this one has really not been, they haven't had to do much testing because it's just gone so smoothly compared to their first rocket. The teams told me that they had fueled the first one up 18 times before they were able to get engine ignition out at Briggs. All 4 engines to ignite and do their first static fire engine ignition with their first rocket. And this one, they said that they happened on the first try. So this is just a lot fresher rocket. I feel like it's just in a good place.
SLS,
I just really
but the core stage is super heavy.
And we get it going. So it's gonna be.
Dude, I'm not one to say that might be too much thrust, but that might be too much thrust. That's over 100. That's almost 100 meganewtons of thrust if you had 2 5 segments with super heavy in the core stage as the core stage. I don't think you need 33 Raptors. I think it would do just fine with 13. Like, heck, dude, it would do fine with, like, 4 Vectors on the bottom. 4 Vectors on a Super Heavy with SRBs on the side. Now we're talking. How about an SLS with the EUS on it? Is that too much to ask? It's coming, dude. Saturn V or Shuttle? Which was a better era for rocketry? I love the Shuttle, but I'd take a Saturn V if I had to choose between the Apollo program and the Shuttle program. But I love the Shuttle. The Shuttle's my favorite vehicle. What about Space Falcon Heavy Cubed with the 8 boosters and a ton of struts? More boosters and more struts is the way, Jake. Yeah, I don't know why they would do that, someone, but maybe.
With the rocket launch at the very beginning of it, don't try to book it where you're out in Florida for a whole week. You go to Disneyland or the World, you do all these things, and then you hope to catch the rocket. You want to plan for it, so it's better to be, having it so you have the opportunity to catch it. If you're there for a full week or something. That's
right.
My advice. I am working at some point. We actually probably need to reshoot a handful of it, Ryan. The tour of Starbase, because we based a lot of it on what's that one road called, Remedios, and that is now, is that officially closed, or it's coming up on being closed? Yeah, so we did a little tour of how to visit Starbase, Texas, and we talk about how you can just stand right here, and we're just hanging out on Remedios Road, but that's in the process of being closed down. So,
Rezel, the space shuttle is the chadliest launch vehicle ever devised by man. It's S tier all day. When you start going in and you start reading about its systems and how ridiculous of an integrated system it actually is for 1972, yeah, it's god tier. You can't do better than that for the time that it was made in. It's unbelievable. It really is next level stuff. It still blows my mind. NASA developed that thing with a budget adjusted for inflation that's correlative to the Gemini program. How does that thing exist? That's impossible. Hey, Ern. Thanks, man. Oh, it'd be great, Aqualux. That's where they wanted to go with the Saturn V. Not necessarily Methalox. They wanted to make Saturn V bigger. They wanted to make Nova. We're inside of 10.
You have a skill like that. You have a trade. Definitely check out the careers page, especially like I said, Firefly. I'm a little bit biased. I'm quite a big fan of their transparency and the fact that they're allowing us to be here right now. That's huge. So I'm pretty big fan of them. But yeah, definitely poke around. There's people are hiring like crazy. It's definitely like the new industry. So the cool thing is we are actually able to pull up, I believe, audio again from Mission Control, and hopefully we'll hear the next T-minus 10 minutes going in here.
48 for Bowman.
So I'll keep answering another question from Alex Kaplan. At some point, I got to get you guys, I should have probably pre-pulled it up, but everydayastronaut.com, they're just on YouTube search how to, don't do it right now because we're only 9 minutes away from seeing this baby hopefully fly tonight. But go ahead and search how to power a rocket engine. I have a whole video about the different power cycle types. This is the tap-off combustion cycle, and no orbital rocket has utilized it successfully to get to space.
9 minutes.
Okay, I missed what that one said. Awesome, this is all good.
Nothing, Basia. Nothing that I heard.
Let's keep going here.
T-minus 8 minutes and 30 seconds.
All right, just giving the call outs. I'm probably going to be a little more quiet in the last T-minus 10 minutes.
T-minus 8 minutes and 20 seconds. Fuel pre-press will begin shortly.
Okay,
so fuel pre-press. That basically means they're getting ready to pressurize the fuel and the oxidizer tanks to flight pressures. So they'll basically just use helium that are stored in separate bottles inside the rocket. They'll release some of it that's stored in really high pressure, release it, and that actually will pressurize the tanks up to flight pressures.
Propellant alarm. Hold on.
Work. Press 8 minutes.
the mission director announced Propellant Alarm, which means something.
Quick shout out to Elaine and Jake Crafton for becoming members. Thank you so much, guys. That really means a lot.
I'm listening.
T-minus 7:30.
They're continuing with the count. I guess it wasn't anything. I mean,
just got confirmation here that we have our cameras rolling at the pad, recording in high speed. We've got all of the cameras that you see are recording in 4K 60. And then Ryan has a handful of other cameras recording in even higher frame rates. So hopefully, you know, this shot's going to be one that I can't wait to see. The shot we're on right now, you can kind of see the yellow railing that goes across on the lower section.
7 minutes. We will have S2 Tbc Wiggles.
So right now they're actually doing the Tbc Wiggle Test. They're actually allowing the engine inside the second stage. This is the first stage engines.
So second stage thrust vector control checkout. They basically have hydraulic actuators on, if you're looking at the rocket from the top, they're at the 12 and the 3 position to be able to move the rocket up and down, left and right. It's a thrust vector controller on a rocket engine that's mounted to a gimbal. Thrust vector control checkout is ensuring that the hydraulic systems on the second stage are working correctly.
Thank you.
No idea what that one is, but
hey, drummer.
It's complete.
Spoon.
Alpha switching to internal power.
Okay, they're going to move the rocket onto internal now, which means basically unplugging it from the grid. So the battery's on board.
Yeah, and now that prop load is complete, we're actually going to be able to switch that out here on our screen because they are officially loaded.
6 minutes.
Yes, Jim.
There we go. Prop load complete. Things are looking good.
I'm putting on a brave face, and I'm hopped up on.
Let's see here. This is a good question from Mackie. Do they have cameras on the rocket? Yes. We're not sure how much downlink they'll have. It's a relatively low bit rate.
Arms are opening.
But we're hoping that we'll be able to show you guys something of stage 2.
T arms are opening.
So you can see now the
5:30 strong back retract is beginning.
Start moving.
The strong back is beginning to retract. You can see that's what it was holding onto the rocket. And there it is, reclining ever so slightly.
They use progressive, Jake. God. Gotta get good flow with the rocket. What's wrong with you?
Any no-go at T-minus 2 minutes will be an automatic abort.
This is the first attempt, Drum.
That's awesome. That's a great shot.
Yeah, it really is, actually. I'm talking like
what it was.
5 minutes. Strong back is secured in its launch position.
Steak from Jake Farm. Yep.
Oh, it's getting exciting.
Steak.
So I was saying in this shot, you can see the yellow railing. Below that, there's some concrete, and that's actually a giant pit. That's actually, that's the flame trench.
Yes.
So yes,
please run A2S VHR cycle.
We do
running A2S VHR cycle.
We do have flame trench cam.
T-minus 4 minutes and 30 seconds. RC, please pull the western range for concurrence with the T-minus 2 minute check.
In work. Can you please confirm we want to close SVHR following the cycle? Correct. Copy.
We will leave it closed.
Copy. Closing A2S VHR.
This is the first attempt, Hurt. You guys nervous?
Disable the pump.
I'm nervous. It's gonna be fun.
Discovery, go and throttle up.
Barriers.
Pumps off. Copy.
Nah, Spin. It's out of the way of the flames. It's looking into the flame trench, and it's out of the way. It's not gonna get cooked. Is this live?
I need to do a FTS checks, please.
GC, please cycle HV 212, 213. Closed.
T-minus 4 minutes. FTS confirmed. FTRs are active in range. Transmitting. Check channel 4.
Okay.
FTRs are showing. Check channel. Good closure.
FTS, please send ARM enable 1 command to all ESADs.
ARM enable 1 sent.
FTS, please send ARM enable 2 command to all ESADs.
ARM enable 2 sent.
FTS, confirm when all ESADs are enabled.
All ESADs are armed.
They're arming
FTS,
the flight termination system on the
commands.
vehicle.
Arm commands are moved. Fly safe.
So flight termination system
T-minus
is
3:30.
armed. They're looking to go, my friends.
Here we go.
Yes. Look at all that. It is looking good, my friends.
3 minutes.
At T-minus 3 minutes, fuel bleed is starting.
They're moving propellants into the first stage engines
Prop,
to get
confirm.
them primed and ready to go. That's called an engine bleed.
This is prop visual confirmation of fuel bleed.
Thanks.
So if Tim switched to the he's going to
It'll
switch
be
to
a
the
go,
engine
no-go at
section
T-minus
camera
2
here, and
minutes.
you're going to see a lot of
Any no-go at this
condensation
time,
coming
we
out
need
of the
automatic
engines.
abort. Tbc, if there's a no-go, please abort the auto.
It's got a bunch of small sats on it, Lagrange. Oh, no. Come back. Please come back.
Copy.
Thank you. I haven't heard much, drummer.
T-minus 2:30.
So guys, remember, within 2 minutes, if there is any hold or any reason to abort, it does automatically abort, and they would reset. But again, they have a 2-hour launch window here tonight, so...
2 minutes. 2 minutes. CE perform final LCC. This is the final commit for launch. Chief Engineer.
Alpha is ready. Send it.
Launch Director.
Go for launch.
Send it.
Rock.
Range Operations Coordinator has reported
green.
We are go
meaning
for
nobody's
launch.
in the flight corridor. They are clear all the way up
They
into
hear
space.
it. They are go for launch. Launch Director Megan Roth confirming go for launch.
Prop load is topped and in replenish.
All right, guys.
Send it,
I think it's
bud.
time that I stand up here and take a look. Yep, we are T-minus 1 minute, 22 seconds. Ryan's going to confirm everything is good to go. Oh, man. Luna, how's Team Luna doing? All right, T-minus 1 minute coming up here.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
Locks prepressurization.
T-minus 1 minute.
60 seconds. This is Firefly reindeer.
One last final reminder here, everyone. This
It's
is
just
a
ice
test
harvest.
flight. This is a demonstration
Yep,
mission of this
there you
rocket,
go.
so wish the teams
And
the best of luck.
Thermally conditioned.
Fingers crossed, just keep a positive attitude and shear this
45.
thing into space. Let's see.
Don't do this to me.
The world's first orbital
Eleanor,
tap-off
don't
cycle-powered,
do this to me.
largest carbon composite
Minus 40
liquid-fueled
seconds.
rocket.
It remains acceptable.
I'm not going to try to
Vehicles
fast
in thermal
forward, guys.
state.
Copy vehicles transition to autonomous mode.
Okay, vehicle auto sequencer start. Computer has primary
Minus 20
control of all
seconds.
critical functions. It's now doing a thrust vector control checkout on the first stage. That's what you saw, the engine's moving. We're
we go,
inside
guys.
of 10. Here we go.
T-minus 10 seconds.
Just smile and wait for the green flash.
T-minus 5, 4.
I swear if it's in the air by the time this debuffers, I'm going to be pissed.
4, 3, 2,
There we go.
1.
It's off the pad.
God damn it.
We have nothing on tracking yet.
Well, it's not there no more.
There it
There
is.
we
Ford
go.
got it. Oh. Get ready. We're going to hear it here soon. I don't think we're going to see anything here tonight. Unfortunately, it's just too foggy, but Ford's got
That
it.
looks right, I guess. I don't know.
Oh, I hear it now.
She's flying. Oh, no. That's terrible. not anything with the rocket.
Unfortunately,
It's not
just
flying.
simply too foggy here to see anything. But we hear it. Very faintly, we hear it. But so far, everything is looking great on that tracking
It's the
cam.
igniter fluid flecking. This isn't a methane rocket. Oh, come on now. Yeah, I know. It really went fast.
We're at max Q. Yes.
Max, yes. Ooh, the
Oh,
encoder.
baby, look at that. It's looking beautiful.
Yeah, it looks good.
Oh, I can still hear it. Yes, Firefly. Good job, guys. This is awesome.
Should be coming up on staging.
Very
here
faint
soon.
rumble here in Vandenberg as the vehicle continues to ascend. All things looking good. We're coming up on the end of the first stage
Not
burn.
Timmy, W.
So the next milestone we're going to be looking for is going to be MECO. So main engine cutoff. All four of those reavers are hopefully going to be shutting down here just in a couple seconds here. And then it'll be a stage separation and second stage engine ignition with that Lightning engine. I told you guys, it's October. Launchtober, baby. This is awesome. This is great for the teams. Look at that thing just flying fantastic. You can actually see the plume expanding because of the vacuum of space. Makes it so there's the exhaust plume just has no air compressing against it. So we're coming up here. Oh, there is Miko. Main engine cutoff.
Oh.
That looks like second stage ignition. You can even see the booster getting pushed back from the second stage. That looks good. I don't know if we have an onboard. We do have an onboard camera. Yes, that is good. Yes, and that is Los Angeles down there in the right.
Amazing.
And the coast of California. Look at that lightning engine firing in space. Tap-off power, baby. This is some history right here. Oh, my gosh. That is fantastic. Tracking cameras out here with the 30th doing fantastic work. Oh, man. This is just wonderful. The next thing we're going to be seeing, hopefully, is fairing separation.
Oh.
And that might have been what we just saw. You can see the two fairing halves on our screen. Right there. That looks like, to me, hopefully good payload fairing separation.
Real good.
That is just awesome.
Yeah,
sorry that the downlink here might not be fantastic, as we mentioned. They are working with quite a limited, but that tracking shot is sure showing us something. Okay, I'm going to sit down here. This is awesome. This is great, great, great work from the teams.
Really good.
This is huge. Again, they're milestones. I mean, they're checking stuff off that list that they wanted to see. And boy, oh boy, are they seeing it right now. This is absolutely fantastic.
First stage should burn for about another 4 minutes.
This just brings me so much joy to see. I mean, this is not easy. I can't wait to see our high speed of this stuff, Ryan. This is going to be fantastic.
Hey, Pi.
This is some history here.
So far, so good, man. 63 months.
Man, remember, if you are along in California, if you're in Los Angeles, if you're in somewhere where it's not foggy, it's too foggy for us here. But if you are, if you're out there in California, look west. Decent chance you'll actually see it. You know, this is a kerosene engine. This is RP1 Kerolox. It actually burns quite bright. Decent chance you'd actually see it flying tonight. I'm excited to see. You know, Scott Manley mentioned that from San Francisco, he was seeing clear skies up there. He's able to actually capture some of that stuff. You know, when rockets launch out here from the West Coast, everything's still looking good. I don't know if we're able to play mission control, but I am curious if we have any updates. It's instead of just me looking at the screen going, things are still happening, but that is the status on my end. I'm seeing what you guys are seeing, and it looks like a fantastic
137-degree
second stage burn with that lightning engine. That is just awesome. And remember, of course, you know, getting into orbit isn't just about going up. You know, if you go up, you're going to just come right back down. You know, if you want to go to space, you go up. You can you can cross the Kármán line at 100 kilometers in altitude, and you're just going to come right back down. But in order to stay in space, you really have to get that velocity up high enough. You know, imagine shooting like a cannonball. If you shoot it, you know, even a high-powered rifle, it's going to eventually come in contact with the ground. You know, not only is it getting slowed down by the atmosphere.
About 75% of the way there.
Callouts are still good. Oh, baby, this is just awesome. Oh, man. So I realized we lost our audio probably because we did lose the camera. I mean, we might have lost it, but, you know, it might have got unplugged or something. Oh, sorry. I'm just giddy right now. This is fantastic. Right at the top of the window, too. Right, 1201.
1202.
This is awesome. This is awesome. Again, I'm already just huge congratulations to the teams here at Firefly. This is absolutely incredible. It's so fun to be here and actually able to help capture history and share it with you guys.
LOS expected in 60 seconds. Hawaii AUS expected after a 2-minute loss of telemetry between stations.
So that's because this rocket is flying away from ground stations. It's flying relative 137
T plus 7 minutes.
137 degree inclination. They are expecting to lose telemetry with the rocket for a brief period of time. So they're coming up on that period where they're expecting to lose just lose telemetry for a little bit here. And then hopefully they'll pick it back up in 2 minutes with a Hawaii ground tracking station.
20 seconds.
So that is expected. That'll be, but second stage cutoff is coming up here. It's in about 15 seconds already. 7 minutes and 40 seconds.
Seco. That was early.
Seco.
Call was early, guys.
Now we'll have to wait. I bet we'll have to wait 2 minutes.
On C1, orbit achieved. Alpha is in the block.
Yes!
Did you hear that, Mission Control, man? Did you hear that, Mission Control?
Show Mission Control. I gotta see him.
Whoa!
Yes!
8 minutes.
BTRS 44 Bravo. Oh.
Yes!
LOS.
They have a loss of signal over the hill. Should get an acquisition here in about 2 minutes. It worked.
This is awesome, guys. That is huge.
I'm honestly wondering. It was supposed to be T plus 740 for main engine cutoff. They called it T plus 732. 8 seconds of burn is not inconsequential, fellas.
I don't think any new orbital rocket has made it to orbit on their first try. Second try has been Rocket Lab,
Yeah, either
Virgin
that or
Orbit,
Timmy's timer is off.
and now Firefly. And this is a big rocket. Again, this is a really ambitious
It's
first
not off.
rocket
Look
to
down
get
at
to
the
orbit.
left.
This is a
It's not off.
quite
Look
a
at the
large
camera
rocket.
timer on the
So
left.
we're gonna wait here to
Timmy's
hear if
timer
they.
is synced to
So
it.
again, right now they're actually just in an elliptical orbit. They're in 300 by 185 is what they were targeting, and we'll wait to hear for sure if all that is good. Judging by the excitement from the teams, it does appear that it's likely they. I mean, I heard some call out, but I missed it. But we'll see. We will be able to see a flight camera here relatively soon once they get ground tracking back.
You don't know an overperformance like that, advantage.
RCR1 on CD1. Please select Y.
Here we go. They're gonna
And work.
That they're telling.
Selecting Hawaii in 3, 2, 1. Mark.
Should have an
We should be able to
acquisition
see their
signal in
flight
10
camera here in a
seconds.
second, hopefully again. As soon as that pops up, we'll bring it to you guys. Let's see. We're going to bring up the flight camera, even though it is currently frozen, because that'll be a chance for us once that is refreshed. Once they receive ground tracking from Hawaii,
1,000 kilos, Hokie.
that will confirm that everything's still good after SECO, after second engine cutoff. And again,
It's past 2 minutes.
I mean,
guys.
at this point, it's a total win. Now they're kind of going for the bonus round. They're kind of going for that, what's that in that sport ball term, like the 1-point conversion type of thing. Like this is almost showing off at this point because they're trying to go for a 300 by 300 circularization burn. So once they're all the way on the other side of the globe, actually, 45 minutes into flight is when they're going to try relighting the Lightning engine. So and again, that's kind of like
1-point conversion.
that's big deal stuff. That is something that's a lot more advanced than just flying totally normal. It's a good demonstration of the capabilities of the rocket. So you can put multiple payloads into different inclinations, different orbits, or just it's a good thing to be able to have, and it's an awesome thing to be able to demonstrate. So. Oh, man. I don't know, Ryan and Colin, I don't know if we have the ability. If we could start dumping the footage actually back onto the computer, we could probably try to replace some of
Yeah,
that.
this is LD on CD1. RC,
let's
feel
listen
free
here.
to make an announcement along those
Ryan
lines
will
if
help.
you wish.
Hawaii sees the vehicle at this moment and is looking for a connection still. Stand by for bitrate pickup.
Copy that.
So as you heard, Hawaii sees the vehicle. They're working on just having it connect to that ground tracking station. But still, I mean, honestly, again, even at this point, if say the worst happens, they don't, if nothing ever comes out of it from this point on, that is still
Some parts came off the
absolutely
vehicle
a
at
success
staging,
today.
too.
Just getting through all of those huge milestones, from obviously liftoff to maximum aerodynamic pressure. That's something that technically they did have maximum aerodynamic pressure on their last flight, but it wasn't the expected because the vehicle was underperforming. So therefore, at some point it did hit its maximum aerodynamic pressure, but this time they clearly punched straight through maximum aerodynamic pressure. And this vehicle doesn't really throttle down through that.
First
so it
stage
just
performance is
literally
good,
punches through the
guys.
sky,
Yeah,
which is
really
impressive. And then they had stage separation, great, beautiful stage separation. And then they went through and got to second stage ignition. That was fantastic. We could see that even in the tracking camera. You could see it blowing the first stage back. Wonderful tracking with the 30th out here. Just fantastic job from the range. And then, then from there, we saw a good second stage burn all the way until Seco. Second engine cutoff, second stage cutoff. I mean, that is just absolutely fantastic. So now we're waiting to see if there is downlink again, if it's able to reestablish a downlink with the Hawaii tracking stations.
It depends if it's on inertial
And
guidance.
again, remember, guys, this is a big rocket. This is no small feat to be able to launch a rocket this big. So, yeah.
I mean, Tim seems to be happy. Tim seems to be happy, but I noticed some things on that ascent that if this was my rocket, I'd probably be like, At staging, something blew off the interstage. A couple of hot parts came off the front of the vehicle. Didn't seem to be that big of a deal, but if that timer up there at the top left corner is right, they were 8 seconds short on the burn. 8 seconds less burn time is not a good thing. That's a drastic underperformance. But Tim said that he could see the telemetry, and he did say that they're in a 300 by 185 orbit. I don't know if if he's reading the mission press kit or if he's looking at actual telemetry either. So I don't think they're out of the woods yet.
That we weren't able to see in real life.
Stage 2, Driados. Stage 2 flame out was at 7:32. It was supposed to be at 7:40, 40, and then they had loss of signal. Sparks out the sparks out the engine. Elro are fine. That's just the nozzle ablating. This second stage has an ablative nozzle on a tap off cycle. It's called a Lightning 1 engine. They did call orbit.
So meanwhile, let's go ahead and answer a few more of you guys' questions. And let me give a quick shout out here to some of the people here. I mean, this is just
nice background.
This is the time I'm informally I'm working as a representative.
Can you
informally
move your mic closer, please?
with
I really
Firefly.
struggle to hear you.
There is Kim. Yes. Hold on here. Cut to the wide cam.
Switch the lights to.
Oh my gosh.
No,
yes, thank you, Kim.
Yes, sir.
Congratulations.
So my team is working through
Oh,
what's
that's so
remaining
cool.
on the
Look,
ground channel, and we're just verifying
huge
pressures right now, and then
congratulations
I'll
to
be back
Firefly.
with you.
we got some champagne out here. Oh, that is awesome. Thank you so much, Kim. Oh, that is awesome. So again, remember, their mission isn't even done, but the milestones they reach is considered by all means a huge success. That is something that they were dreaming of, and to be able to do that again on the second launch attempt is huge. So let's get to just some thank yous here. I'll keep the bottle of champagne out here and do some thank yous. Let's see here. So I need to thank our team here. I mean, we have a team that's so far. I think we might want to cut the comms actually, and we can pull up just a tight camera. We are again awaiting downlink. So hopefully.
Okay, this is LD on Countdown
Hold on.
Net.
Let's listen in
for
actually.
Everybody watching and waiting for data. We flew over Hawaii. KSAT was not able to get our telemetry over Hawaii. We suspect it's a KSAT problem, not a vehicle problem, but it's that's where we are right now. We have passed Hawaii now. Now we're in the dead time between Hawaii and Mauritius. Once we attempt to pick up there, hopefully we'll get data from the second stage at Mauritius. So stay tuned on that one.
Mauritius AOS is expected at 4729.
Copy that. Thank you.
This is GNC on CD1. Per the tracking table update,
performed at SECO, I get no Mauritius pass. That's not surprising given the low elevation pass that we were expecting nominally.
Copy
Will we
that.
pick that up at Heart of Beastock? I am expecting a Heart of Beastock pass at 0750.
0750. Copy that.
Copy, Chansey.
Sorry, I realized I wasn't talking on it. So they were talking there about the ground tracking stations.
Can we cycle?
And yeah, so
552 Alpha and Bravo.
Sorry, I'm still hearing them in my ears. They were talking about the ground tracking stations, and what's happening here is the rocket's flying west. It's flying over, over Africa, and they're trying to determine.
Okay. Okay. They said that the flight profile, the way that the second stage perform isn't going to get a good pass over the ground station. What that means is that the rocket is inside of the nominal track, but it's not exactly in the center of the nominal track. Okay. So if you drew like a cylinder around the launch pad, so if you're looking at the rocket from the top down, right, like a Google Earth style, and you had like, I don't know, 100 feet in either direction, and you made a cylinder, right? The rocket's track is surrounded by a cylinder. That is the rocket's ascent is surrounded by a cylinder. That's called the track. As long as the rocket stays inside that imaginary cylinder on the ascent path, you're fine. If it goes out of the cylinder, the range will hit the blow up button.
Here until we hear all the updates and give you guys everything we know about the status of the vehicle at this point. But again, demonstration missions. This is huge. Just to be able to even get the vehicle through that many portions of flight.
Okay.
That is absolutely incredible. So, yeah. Let's see. So, no, it does overfly Africa at some point, if I remember right. But does it not fly over Africa? Sorry, I thought at some point it flies over Africa. Maybe I'm incorrect. I just know at some point there's. I thought that the second stage burn was supposed to be over Africa, but maybe I am incorrect. Yeah. Okay. Let's keep going here. So
how can they hit the blow up button if they don't have the signal? Usually, if termination system for the track is correlative to ascent, chaotic, so it's in atmospheric flight. Right now, if they wanted to terminate the stage, you're not doing anything with that.
Overlay possible, and the chat system that you guys see, but also Ben Steinman, who helped with all of the networking stuff constantly, and Andrew Taylor, even though he's not here, was still helping out a ton over the air. We also had Mary Liz Bender from Cosmic Perspective as well, doing a ton of programming. There's just so many people here, but also Space Launch Delta 30 for the support on the range. It's just, this stuff wouldn't be possible without them. But yeah, there's and also we should give a shout out to the brand new CEO that took over just a little more than a month ago, Bill Weber. Congratulations on the new position with an exciting new rocket company. So yeah, all right, we'll keep listening here, guys, and hopefully we'll learn all about everything. And I'm gonna hear something here from the producer. Maybe we are coming up on our replays soon. Maybe that's what that is. Let's keep answering some questions here.
Okay. We didn't really get a good ascent shot here, or liftoff shot. The stream buffered.
Here we go, guys.
I'm gonna hit a replay here. Let's see what we got.
T-minus 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
That was a good ignition. Didn't see the liftoff though. Low cloud cover.
It's off the pad.
Yeah, it looks like it happened for Tim as well because he said what he said.
We have
It's off the
nothing on
pad.
tracking yet.
The sound suppressors are still on there, cooling off the pad. Yeah, TWR was like yes.
Oh.
So fellas, I noticed something. This looked fine. Everything looked great on the first stage. They easily made it past the milestones that basically the point of failure on the first flight. Easily made it past it. First stage performance was fantastic. I did notice something though. Watch the left side of the rocket at staging. Main engine cutoff should be coming up here in a moment. You see the flash and there's a purge. Watch. See that stuff come off? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Something happened there. I'm not sure what it was. I don't know if it's ice. I don't know if it's solid oxygen, solid nitrogen. It's just, yeah, I don't know what it is. I'm not saying anything went wrong. Staging looked to be okay. Swamp gas reflected off of Venus. So you see this kind of circular thing? The second stage is on right there. But yeah, there is a pretty hefty amount of debris coming off of that thing. Yeah, it looks like it looks like they fired the second stage. They hot fired it, core space. That's what I'm thinking. It looks like it blew the inner stage up. I mean, look at how much that first stage moved out of the way. So I'd also like to note that the top of the first stage is extremely hot. I don't know if it was on purpose, Anth. I have no idea. The bottom should be hot because there's rocket engines up there. The top of the stage should not be hot. I think they staged it. I think it's staged inside of the inner stage. And that explains all the debris. I mean, look, it's freaking everywhere. Could that account for some of the discrepancy in burn time? If the second stage engine fired a little bit too early, Hokey, yeah, of course. But I don't think that I don't think that firing it like a second too early is going to equate to an 8-second deviation in second stage engine cutoff. I don't think it's supposed to hot stage. I really don't think so. I hope it's okay. I mean, they called orbital insertion. They called nominal orbital insertion. So who knows? I just want to see, when did second stage engine cutoff happen on the screen correlated to the timer?
Seconds. Hawaii AUS expected after a 2 minute.
See the sparks coming out here? That's perfect.
Stations.
That's what it's supposed to do.
So that's because this rocket is flying away from ground stations. It's flying relative 137
T plus 7 minutes.
137 degree inclination. They are expecting to lose telemetry with the rocket for a brief period of time. So they're coming up on that period where they're expecting to lose, just lose telemetry for a little bit here. And then hopefully they'll pick it back up in 2 minutes with a Hawaii ground tracking station. So that is expected. That'll be, but second stage cutoff is coming up here. It's in about 15 seconds already. 7 minutes and 40.
See that puff? That's second stage engine cutoff. See the ring? That's Seco. They had engine cutoff at 7:26. Tim said they didn't throttle down because of max Q. Maybe it's because of that they weren't able to. That's the scent profile failure, misses failures. I think it's okay. There's a 14-second discrepancy here on the timeline. 14 seconds is not good. Like, I'm not trying to piss in Firefly's cornflakes, dude. I want them to get into orbit just as much as anything else. But that's, I really hope Tim's timer is off, because 14 seconds for second stage engine cutoff supposed to happen. It's supposed to happen at T plus 740.
7 minutes and 40 seconds.
Unless it was overperforming. But see, like, here's the thing, guys. If you're overperforming, i.e. the engine is producing more thrust than you anticipated, you're going to burn too much gas too quickly, and you're going to shut down before orbital velocity if you don't get the mixtures right. Look at this view. What's that alleviate? Yeah, it's a great shot. It's a great shot. The timer jumped 10 seconds on launch buffering, but maybe it jumped wrong. Yeah, Tommy, that's possible. It could have just been the desync from the stream. Here, let's go back up to live and see what we got.
How do they work? I don't know if you guys know. Hopefully you know what
They work by magnets,
that
obviously.
means. I'm assuming that says llamas squish.
Wait, does he?
Oh, hopefully you know what that means. That's an old, old thing. Oh man, this is from Shout out to the teams again here at the 30th for having that. That was just.
I'm gonna fast forward us. Prepare to fast forward. Preparing to fast forward. Fast forwarding, sir. Fast forwarding. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that to our boy here. Okay, so they said they'll have tracking in another 20 minutes, give or take. Combo breaker.
Oh, that's so cool from Alpha Films in New Zealand. Thank you for all your content over the past few years. It's kept my passion for space alive. Go Firefly. Awesome. Thank you so much. That really means a lot. I'm excited. This was a big one for me to get off the ground because it means that I can hopefully get back to making some videos here in between this rocket launch and then the next Artemis attempts. Hopefully there's a decent amount of time there where I can kind of just sit and edit some videos,
no problem,
get some stuff done. That's going to be awesome. So, yeah. Let's see. Yes, James Neelan wants to know what was used to track the first and second stage. So they have really large, huge glass, basically telescopes that run with an infrared camera. And then they're able to see through the clouds. Because from here, as you can tell, again, from Michael Baylor's shot, go ahead and pull that up again for me, Colin. That's helps really show that off here. If you could, show my computer here, you'll notice that the clouds there, obviously where I am, I'm basically right smack with those clouds overhead. I literally couldn't even see the glow. I don't know if Ryan caught anything with his eyes or with his camera here, but I couldn't really see anything from here. It's just too overcast. But as you can tell there, so that's why those tracking cameras have infrared, because they can literally shoot.
Yeah, so NASA use, I don't know about the Space Wing, the 30th Space Wing out of Vandenberg, but I know that NASA uses quad 50s. They use X quad 50s those are the tracking cameras right there. They're controlled remotely. They're controlled remotely nowadays, like this over here, by a guy in the firing room, actually the floor underneath the firing room, and they control him on a trackball. Believe it or not, that's the best way to do it. Think about it. I know. That sounds ridiculous, right? Like, why would you control it on a trackball? What year is it? So if you have a mouse, right, and you're trying to track it with a mouse, you'd have to move the mouse to the end of the pad. What do? You move it back, and then you have to keep moving it back. With a trackball, you could just keep rolling it forward and forward and forward and forward and forward and forward and forward. You don't have to worry about it. That's why they use trackballs. That makes sense. Vandenberg tracking rig. Yep, there it is. It's a quad 50. It's a surplus quad 50. I don't YouTube. I guess I'm biased. Yeah, I don't know, man. Joystick for the win. Forlorn. I've tracked rockets. Model rockets with like 10-to-1 TWR. A joystick ain't gonna do it. Trust me on that one. So when are you buying one? All right, how about we buy one of these, Frilled, and we mount it in the back of Tough Enough? Just mount that in the back. That'd be freaking sweet, dude. Buy one of those. You know what? That second thought, I'll just build one, right? Just, that'd be freaking rad. Or just, you know what? It'd be better carrying it in a trailer. It costs as much as your house. You shut your mouth. Shut your dirty mouth. You shut your mouth when Billy Mays is talking. It's a quad 50, Jim, yeah. It'd be one hell of a technical. Dude, that's what we should call it. Call it the technical. Oh, that would be awesome. Just mount it technical style. That'd be hilarious. Oh my goodness.
Channel and most informative. I don't think I'm the most dedicated or the most informative. I don't think I informed that much.
F2
honestly.
technical.
Since we're a pretty small team here, I kind of just have to pick and choose what types of things I work on. And frankly, this was one of the last ones that, last launches that I'll probably just try to really, really cover no matter what. I think Luna is more or less going to be dedicated for the most part down at Starbase and occasionally going over to Florida. But this is one that I had to try out. The opportunity to put our cameras on a launch pad. I just had to go for it. But it's stressful, guys. I'm not going to lie. It's really stressful trying to handle different schedules between, hey, you have to have the van in California, you have to have it in Florida, you have to have it in Texas. Like, it's just too much. I don't want to be a professional van driver / live. I really don't want to be doing live streams like this all the time, just because it's inefficient. It's really hard for me to make content that I want to keep making while doing this. But this opportunity was just too awesome to pass up.
All right, RJ.
I really hope that
I mean, the simple solution there is just hire more people and hire more van. Buy another van.
I can't wait.
I say that as somebody that has no vans.
For ages. Firefly employee stealing the champagne that is sitting out here still.
Damn.
Man, those thieves.
Damn.
Those naughty, naughty thieves. Well, guys, here's what we're going to do. I'm actually going to take just a little break here myself. And until we wait updates, and I'm going to check in on the footage and see how that's coming. But so stay tuned. Hopefully we'll be able to do some replays for you guys in slow motion, bring those up on air. Hopefully we can point out some of the cool things that happened during launch. But yeah, I'm excited just to be able to hang out for a little bit here with you guys, and hopefully we'll await some new updates. So I guess what are we going to show though? Maybe I can't take a break. Do we have the pad just hanging out?
Hey, Ohio.
I guess we'll.
Thanks, man.
I guess we'll show that.
Oh,
I'm going to take a little break, though. You guys are going to be left with a launch pad here.
Yep.
Maybe we'll put up a little message that's like,
is it a FIRD?
Vehicle made it.
Oh, yeah.
Vehicle is in orbit, awaiting further confirmation.
But, that's sick.
Yeah. Here's a real quick update. This is an update. So in Discord, Trevor was asking if the burn is at 53 minutes and the acquisition of signal is also at around 53 minutes, can the second stage start the burn autonomously? Yes, the second stage burn, second stage burn, is autonomous. So it does not.
Those guys are range. It's got inertial guidance. That's good to know. Those are range guys. They're inspecting the pad. First guy's usually back to the pad of the range dudes. Make sure the pad's safe for crews to come back. Like it's not on fire or anything ridiculous. They're gonna just go around with their flashlights and stuff.
Into that 300 by 300 kilometer orbit. Yes, that is something that is done completely autonomously. So, all right, I'm going to take a quick little break here. We'll leave you guys with a shot of the pad until we get some replays back from you, and then hopefully we get some updates on the status of how the vehicle is doing and where it's at. So, yeah, I'll be right back.
I hope it made it. I really hope it made it. I'm kind of worried. Man, with all the debris that came off of that inner stage. Would you be a range guy? I've hung out with range guys flying. Got really, really close to a Falcon 9 doing a static fire once. It was pretty cool. Range guys are like, yo, this is not safe. We're out here because we have to be. I don't know why you guys are out here. We're like, no, we're good. And they're like, all right. I truly think it's good. I hope so, Phoenix. Ever think of what trying to do what Tim is doing, like broadcasting from a launch site? I bought a pickup truck to basically do remote streaming like this, Sim. I want to, guys. I'd love to do stuff like this. If we could figure out a way to do that, I would do it. According to Tim, a launch broadcaster on YouTube who asked not to be identified. Well, Hurt, I appreciate it, man. I do. Yep, range guys did their inspection. They're looking around to see if there's any debris anywhere, any hazardous gas or anything like that. Like, just nothing out of the ordinary. Then they'll get in the truck and they'll leave in a second here. Actually, those might not be Maybe not. Those could be Firefly personnel. They definitely just did something to the pad. Oh. No, they got sniffers. Those are range guys. They're the range guys. They had sniffers in their hand. At least I think that's what that was. They looked like they had TV remotes in their hands, guys. Could be a gas sniffer. But he definitely did vent down whatever that gray tank does. I don't mean this in a bad way. I'm genuinely curious, but what's stopping you from doing it? Time, lack of equipment? I don't mean to sound pretentious, but... Oh. Hey, Tim does a good job. Sim, yeah, Dude, okay. And I'm, like, don't get me wrong. I ain't making excuses. I want to go down there and cover stuff. I bought a truck to be able to do it. That's why I have Tough Enough. It's supposed to... I want to live stream driving down and then live stream the launch, right? With that being said, dude, I don't have any paid time off. I don't have PTO. I can't take vacation time. Time away from streaming is not good. And that you can easily, if a launch scrubs, you can easily get stuck in Florida for a week and a half. That's like, I don't like that it comes down to that. I hate that it comes down to that. Like, can you imagine if I was covering this launch, right? I'd have to come back. That's another day in California. That gets expensive real quick, right? And don't get me wrong, Firefly probably paid for Timothy to be out there, but he had to drive. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to try to do it. I'm going to try to get us there. I want to do stuff like this. I do this for every single launch, man. I would end up like living down in Florida, but whatever. You know, like you don't think about how much, like, I don't think you guys see, and I'm not trying to be a dick either. I don't think you guys see how involved this is. I mean, did you hear Tim, what Tim just said? He's sick of it. He didn't look, he figured, he's like, I don't want to do this all the time. Sell the house and buy a toter home. Yeah, right. No, I might be working on a solution, Sim. Don't worry. Turns out when you do STEM outreach pertaining to the space program, you make a lot of friends in the space program. I'm working on something. I'm working on a way to be able to do this. And if a launch scrubs and I have to spend more time down in Florida, I have a way to work to do this. You know what I'm saying? So I'm working on a solution. Don't worry, work the problem, right? So, like, I'm not making excuses, man. But yeah, it gets tough. It gets tough. There's a reason why Das stopped doing it. He would go down for every launch. Dude, it gets expensive. How do you think I know? Because, I mean, I'm freaking just asked him, like, yo, is this... It gets to the point, honestly, dude, it gets to the point where you're not even making money. Yeah, you get a lot of viewers from the live stream. You get a lot of viewers from the launch. But then you have to spend a couple of days packing everything up, getting home, and then getting back into your regular stream schedule. And that's 3 days off, and that basically pushes the money that you got from live streaming. Why do you think NASA Spaceflight does everything remote nowadays? That was DAS's solution to that problem, doing it remote. Exactly, Mutter. He has remote cameras everywhere. So, Sim, that's the reason. Like, honestly, and dude, don't get me wrong. I hate it. Like, kills me to say this. It doesn't make financial sense too much. So you gotta, like, pick and choose, you know. But like I said, what I'm working on. I'll just tell you the solution. What I'm trying to figure out is a way to set up an entire streaming setup at one of my buddies' house that works somewhere in the Cape Canaveral area. I'm trying to set up a streaming setup down there. So if something does go wrong, I can just literally come home and stream. Come home, right? And then I'll say there's a launch on a Tuesday, and I Sunday, Monday, I drive down to Florida on my day. You know, those are my regular days off. I drive down to Florida. I get everything set up, right? You get everything set up, everything good to go. you cover the launch, right? Do the live view streaming, cover the launch, right? Maybe the launch scrubs. Maybe it scrubs. Okay, so it was supposed to be on Tuesday, now it's on Wednesday. So then you cover it on Wednesday. And then Thursday, Friday, Saturday, you just do my regular streams. And then drive back. Done. Massachusetts, Nathan. See what I'm talking about? That's the solution that I'm trying to figure out. You have to be able to keep the content coming. Exactly, drummer, yeah. Remo's thoughts? What Remo's thoughts? I don't understand. You want me to... Okay, so you just link the picture to the MQF. Oh, you'd like to get something like this. Yep. Yep. I'm guessing EJ's talking about WD-40. No, but WD-40 is one of my buddies down there. Mew. Side B streaming location. Yeah. Yep. Don't worry. So yeah, no, fellas, I am working on a solution. Yeah, we'll the solution is obvious. Just get a pilot's license and a private jet. You know what, Subsonic? If I hit the lottery, I would absolutely do that. I'm not even kidding. I would do that, and I would cover the launches. I would cover the launches out of pocket because it would be awesome, right? Can you imagine flying like in a plane and like flying, like just on the outskirts of the TFR, right? And then just have a camera on the plane and up into space, like on a live streaming from the plane with like Starlink or something. It's doable. Or heck, you wouldn't even need a Starlink. A live view could do that. It's not like you're far away from the cell towers. I just know that your content information that you spit out just works. You work and I have faith in your content. Just burns me up seeing you sit there streaming someone else's when yours would be much better. Rant done. Ah, Sim. Dude. I have nothing against him. I have nothing but good things to say about it. He's awesome. He's a good dude. I'm kind of with you. Dude, I'm like, come on, man. Everybody else gets these breaks. How the heck are they doing that? What am I doing wrong, But it is what it is, dude. Like, I know what I'm doing wrong. I'm not going down there. I don't go down. I don't go down to launch, so I kind of stay anonymous because I cover everything from my computer. Not many people know who I am because I don't show up to launches. So, yeah, it's kind of annoying, but it is what it is. Mason, did you see any of the Tesla bot presentation AI day? I watched the whole thing. I was half asleep though, Mason, but I think I got most of it. The Dojo computers, I was more impressed with those. I mean, the bot's cool, don't get me wrong. The bot's amazing. That's like for less than a year of development, considering the bot last year was a guy dancing around in a suit. Like, it's pretty freaking crazy, dude. Yeah, that would be awesome, Thomas, right? When's expected AOS? 53 minutes. I still don't know why this launch was so different. This was their second attempt. Firefly's never launched anything into space, right? This was their second attempt. That's the second time a Firefly has launched anytime. The first time it launched, it blew up.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
Hey, Burbs, 42-month resub. So yeah, no, Sam, I'm kind of with you on that one. I'm not trying to make excuses. I'm trying to push the stream to the next level. I'm trying to do that. I bought this house and this garage and this office with that expectation of pushing myself to get to do these kinds of things. So give me some time. Give me some time. I'm working on it, I swear. Question, why are the most of the launch sites in Florida and such and not more up north like where we're at in the Northeast? Because honestly, Flagging, it depends on where you're trying to go. It depends on where you're trying to go. There are launch sites that are on latitudes in the U.S. that are way north of us. There's one in Kodiak, Alaska. If you're going to launch from a high latitude, it favors polar orbits because of the differential rotational speed from Earth being a non-uniform sphere. If you're trying to do like crewed space flight, stuff like that, any prograde orbit from like 0 to you know, like about 50 where the ISS is, 50 degrees inclined. Yeah, someplace closer to the equator is better. Also, yeah, I mean, Forlorn's right. The weather in Florida is a little more forgiving. But then again, the Russians launching a freaking blizzard. They don't care. I would say YouTube presence is also a big thing. Most large companies know a lot about YouTube, but rarely know anything about Twitch. Yeah, Jake, that's one of the problems I'm going to try to fix. Tim has a huge YouTube presence, so I think he plays into that well. Just your humble thoughts. Yep. Mokum, I'm not a chatter in here, but I really hope you'll get there, man. Any space things, I always check out your stream. Keep going. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, no, guys, like, I want to push the stream to the next level. We got to get there. I don't know how I'm going to get there, though, but I'll figure something out. I'm not stupid. I mean, yeah. I'll figure something out, guys. I can figure it out. I mean, you see the stuff we do in KSP? Like, don't get me wrong. I'm not being like, oh, well, I can build rockets in real life because I've played Kerbal. No, it's nothing to do with that. I can problem solve. I'm good at it. Well, so yeah, we'll get to it. I'll get there. Like I said, I built this office. I built the garage. I bought the freaking truck with the expectations that we gotta get to the next level. Not because not because I had to. I could just sit here and stream. You could just sit here and stream for a good while. You guys seem to like that, but I don't want to sit here and be comfortable. That's annoying. I don't like that. You don't grow that way. You know? You don't grow that way. Not growing the stream. I'm like, you don't grow as a person, and if you don't grow as a person, people like your stream will peter out eventually. You gotta push to the next level, dude. You know, like Gary, 6-month resub. Thank you. Dude, sit down with a piece of paper, brainstorm ideas. I got a whiteboard full of ideas sitting in the house, Paul. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. I got plans. I can't wait to see the garage stream setup. Oh, we got some good stuff, Spoon. We got some good stuff. Sometimes me mentioning like what I want to do is a good idea, because I got an email from a viewer that's like, "Hey, I got like X server racks if you want those." And I'm like, "Oh yeah? Hurt, thanks for the bits. I appreciate it. If you ever need a wingman, you can always pick me up on your way south." Be careful what you wish for, old man. Drummer, you got a ton of ideas too. Yeah, well, Drummer, yeah. I mean, that person talked to you. Yeah. That person talked. We're talking about the same person. Don't worry. So I've kind of been filled in, but I still want to talk to you. Oh, Timmy's back. Let's see what we got.
Yeah, everything's fantastic now. We got some great news. It sounds like we actually have onboard cameras back because they do have acquisition of signal. Look at that. So we're hoping actually this lines up, this acquisition of signal does line up approximately with when they're expecting to do the second engine relight.
They had an acquisition of signal at 50.
7 minutes to relight, so actually I think we'll lose.
At 50-20. 50 plus 50 minutes, 20 seconds. The acquisition of signal window was supposed to be at 53. Something is, the timing is off. Either that timer is wrong or this thing is doing something not what they want.
As long as this stays live, I mean, that is fantastic.
That would mean it's in a lower orbit.
I mean,
yeah, Hokey.
I just can't believe it still. But we do also have some good news here. Once this signal drops, which
great shot
may
though. Look at that.
Have now actually now that we cursed it, it does look quite frozen at this time. They are expecting only I think 2 minutes of signal there with that ground tracking station, but the fact that they were able
53:37. Core, can you just double check that for me?
They were saying that Seco 2 is actually in 7 minutes from when I called it, so 6 minutes from now or so. Is that correct? Yep. So, and I know in Discord we're talking about 2 minutes or so, so it's more like 6. All right. So while we wait for that, actually, because I don't think we're going to get the tracking back for now, we actually do have something to show you guys. I've actually got some of the replay footage here of the launch. And, of course, oh, baby, that's on my mic. I'm hearing that, or on my computer. This will look so much cooler when Ryan Chilinsky
pauses the stream.
Makes this look really, really good in an upcoming video, I'm sure. But
yeah, we haven't seen this. Let's see.
This is going to be in 60 frames a second, so this is in half speed replay.
Oh,
look at those
nice.
umbilicals breaking away. Yes. Yeah. Yes, that is awesome.
You couldn't really see it, but
okay, that is fantastic. That makes me so happy. Okay, let's pull up we have 2 shots that we were able to download first. It did take a little bit longer than we expected, but give me just 1 second here. I'm actually the one queuing this up.
Mauritius AOS is expected at 47.29.
Give me 1 sec. Oh my gosh. Okay, sorry. I saw a little preview of it. I'm going to let it play here. So this is that engine, that shot here where you can see the flame trench here. And what's going to be awesome, I don't know how far away I let it play. This is suspenseful. There we go. There's engine ignition. You see that green flash from the T-tab. Look at that exhaust coming through the flame trench and ignition. That is, yes.
It looks fine. It looks fine, right?
That is awesome.
The encoder took a dump with this footage.
Oh, that's got to feel good. Can you imagine building this rocket and then seeing footage like this? Just tremendous. I want to keep letting this play for a little bit just so we can watch the ground and the glow going through the clouds.
Yeah.
That is so
rockets light up the
cool.
sky, dudes.
I got to replay that one again. Sorry, that one's just too awesome.
Yeah, they light up the sky. It's insane how bright they are. Didn't get the camera exposure right, though. I mean, it adjusted. It's fine. Yeah, they kick up dirt, man. That's what they do. They freaking move freaking dirt and mud and all this other crap. Yeah, guys, that looked fine. It looked okay. Whatever. If there is a problem with it, it didn't happen there. That was textbook. That looked really good.
Are we able to put on comms again?
That's...
All data from the relight burn looked pretty nominal on my live plots.
They did a relight.
Stand by for payload deployment. How soon?
It'll be out of view.
Out of view? Damn. Okay.
I'm watching. If I see anything, I'll
Damn!
holler.
And GNC, is this the positioning maneuver for the deployment, or is this uncontrolled?
On CD1, we should be reorienting for payload deployment.
Okay.
That's probably what this is then.
With RCS?
Affirmative.
Are we seeing that?
Affirmative.
So they are seeing good RCS
okay,
control. In other words, it's not just like tumbling out of control. This is controlled.
Congrats, guys.
They are now going for payload deploy. They're expecting loss of signal here.
There it goes.
Probably right there. So now we'll have to wait a little bit further for confirmation of payload deployment.
Oh, that's the dispenser.
Oh, look at that shot, though.
Okay, watch that thing on the left that has the grids on it.
That is looking up from the top. That's where the payload fairing used to be. Now it's showing a handful of the small sats and the CubeSats right there on the payload dispenser. I really hope that they keep the tracking here so we can see the deployment. This is fantastic video.
Yeah,
I didn't expect that the on-camera stuff would look this good.
This is pretty sharp. It's pretty sharp footage.
This is some of my favorite I should stop ruining it with me yabbing over top of it. This is incredible. Hey, actually, pull my face from this feed for just a minute so everybody can get a clean shot here, at least for... This is so cool. Yeah, screen grab this, my friends.
Stock LOS expected the next 60 seconds.
60 seconds, loss of signal. Screen grab this. Put this all over Twitter and Instagram. This is fantastic.
Good stuff, man.
Oh, and then we are starting to freeze again. They're expecting a loss of signal from those ground tracking stations. But that is absolutely amazing.
Yeah, you see it, Rocket?
Acquisition AOS at Vandenberg is expected in approximately 28 minutes.
Oh. The next acquisition of signals
in GNC when you have a second
here at Vandenberg.
Yeah, that's pretty good, Spoon.
So that's like about an hour and 20-ish. Oh man. All right. Well, guys, that is like just the coolest. I'm at a loss for words. And I have to apologize to you guys too, by the way. If you watched the thing, I'm not gonna lie, I did not at all like prepare this. Again, if you can't tell, this is a pretty informal relationship here with me and Firefly. They're not telling me what to say. They're basically like, here, we're gonna let you stream this. I've never been the official launch commentator that you guys rely on. I was not prepared for that. I literally was sitting there, I'm like, it launched, and then I realized we didn't have the comms in audio, and I'm sitting there going like, oh, I have to tell you what's going on. Like, I have no idea, and I was flying blind. Yeah, that was I just was not ready for that. I'm not gonna lie, and I'm glad you guys stuck around with us for what turned out to be some historic.
Fellas, he did just fine. It's okay. I do this a lot more than he does, but for not being a live streamer all the time, Tim did just fine.
Somebody
he did a
just
good job.
totally a normal person that runs a YouTube channel is allowed to give you guys this kind of access and is allowed this kind of access from a company. That is just, they're not telling me they don't tell me what to say or what to do, which is crazy on like the amount of transparency that Firefly has given us and just the access. That's not normal. I've never seen anything like this before. I've never seen a rocket company be like, yeah, no, just here you go. Here's some feeds. We believe in our company. We believe in what we're working on, and just have fun. And I am having a great time. I mean, again, I apologize that I really just wasn't even prepared. Like, oh yeah.
Hey, Rocket Guy, dude, their Seco was 14 seconds off timeline from the press kit. They had an acquisition of signal they had lost a signal after second stage engine cutoff expected. Then they tried to pick up an AOS through Hawaii, and it didn't connect. And then after that, the next ground tracking station, they were supposed to get at 47 something or other, and it picked it up at 50 minutes in. We heard them on the comm loops saying that it was still in a nominal track, but it would have missed the second ground station, and then it acquired signal from the ground station 50 minutes in. The one that they said was going to miss. And something went slightly weird. Something went slightly off nominal with the mission, if I'm thinking about this correctly. Either that or Tim's timer is off. I don't know. Yeah, he doesn't do it all the time, dude. It's not his job. Tim makes better YouTube videos than me, that's for sure. Just let it go, dude. He's doing just fine.
Allowed us to show mission control and all that stuff. I mean, that is just awesome. That is just
that's
I'm so excited.
Not really what you should be doing. You shouldn't deviate after you release a press
we're
kit
gonna probably
like that,
download
Devious.
a few. Hopefully, we have 2 more maybe even 3 more cameras that we're working on downloading the footage and
putting money on
so
Tim's timer being off. Yeah, I mean, if the flight controllers on there, in the mission directors, they're happy, then it's fine. So we'll just say that the timer was off or something.
They're hiring because they have told me multiple times, yeah, we're hiring. You know anybody? But they literally told me like nothing of what to say, which is almost like I realized in the moment, like I'm just hanging out and I now have to figure I don't know. And I love that. And I hope that I'm sorry if it was a bit amateur at some point, but What a dream. I mean, here we are. We've been worrying so much about making sure you guys have a good live stream, a good feed,
Rocket,
a good
everything is
working
off
so
time
far
from
on
the press kit, dude. It's
video end of things.
And if you want to see something here, check this out. Look at this. So they had IR, right? A great IR, and the IR track was fantastic. All right. You watch this footage. You tell me what you think, okay? I know it's on your phone, but look. Just watch engine cut off. No, it's great. The first stage performed fantastic. Watch right here. That look normal to you? That's not ice. Ice would be dark. That's hot. Whatever that is. Oh, that's hot. And your first stage is tumbling. Yeah, that kind of freaked me out, but the second stage was performing well. They showed a picture of it and it was firing, but also it looks like it hot staged someone, yeah, because look, the top of the first stage is hot. Top of the first stage is not supposed to be warm. It's supposed to be cold because that's where the LOX tank is. The bottom of the rocket's supposed to be hot because the engines are there. Can't see it on the phone. You can't see the debris right there? My mouse cursor's it's right at the tip of the mouse cursor, Rocket Guy. The top also tumbles in the opposite direction that the debris went. Yep. The booster was expendable, yeah. So something guys, like, don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to take away I'm not trying to rain on Firefly's parade. I just hope it's in space.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
I see 3 videos, just couldn't see it in the video play. Yeah, right on, dude. It's all good. Yeah, no, there's more than 3 pieces, man. When you see it on a computer, you'll be like, I saw it on the computer. I saw it during the launch and went, oh! I'm like, oh, that's that. And then the second stage just kept going, and the first stage kept tumbling. So I'm like, I mean, I hope everything is okay. There's a bunch of debris. What is hot staging? When you fire the second stage when it's still attached to the first stage, T-Man. You fire the rocket engine first and then let it go. I know, Dink. It's actually pretty cool. Interesting, though. I wonder if they did a Falcon 1. Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, and they were way off in the timeline, but the flight controllers said it seems like it's on it's slightly off of the like pinpoint nominal track, but it's still in the track. That's the only explanation here. When are you going to drive the Monza? I don't know. We're not talking about race cars right now. All right, Builder. No problem, dude. How many rockets do they have? They have another one, Tony. But I mean, guys, like, from what we saw with the cameras, everything looked fine.
I didn't expect that
everything looked fine to me. Mind showing the separation one more time? Yeah, sure, man. No problem. All right, watch. That's LOX, dude. Did you see that kind of puff of smoke that kind of billows right at ignition? It's LOX, or gaseous oxygen. But yeah, you can see all that crap up there. I don't know if that's supposed to happen. If it's not intended to hot stage T, man, it's not good for it. The debris dims and brightens again. I say that's reflected IR. Okay, that's fair. I mean, this looks great. The engine is working just fine. That's perfect. Yeah, no, it's perfect. The sparks that you see coming out of the motor, guys, that's normal. That's supposed to happen. It can be ablative parts from the nozzle, because the nozzles on second stage engines are usually ablative. But it really depends on the application. Per the user's guide, the rocket has some kind of hot gas separation system. Interesting. They could use ullage propellants in the first stage, Thomas, to push the stage away, which would explain why that did what it did. Yeah, Alex, it did. Let's see what Timmy's up to. Nope, still on break. It looks like they did it, Zimty. Yeah, guys, it looks like the mission was successful. It looked okay to me. I saw a couple of things there during staging, and a couple of incongruities with the timeline. Basically, their press kit said they were going to stage at 7 minutes. They were going to no. Actually, yeah. They were going to have second stage engine cut off at 7 minutes 40 seconds. And they had main engine cut off, or second stage engine cut off on the second stage. Sorry, I'm getting tired. They had engine cut off at 7 minutes 27 seconds. So the timer was way off. It shouldn't be ablative carb. Yeah, it could be that. Yeah, Rocky, I didn't finish my damn train of thought because I'm starting to get tired. It's hard for me to keep track of so many conversations. I feel like trash and feeling totally under the weather. I haven't slept in a long time. What day do you think you'll do the drive to Monza? JSN, please stop asking. Please. I don't know. You've asked me 5 times in the last 24 hours, dude. I don't know. Monza's in the middle of the season, and we're at the start of the season. It's probably not going to be for like a couple months. Is this the first successful launch for Firefly? Yeah, Factor, yeah. It is. It is. They should be coming up here on the next acquisition of Signal through Vandenberg. It should be in the next couple of minutes here. I hear people cheering in the background. First launch had more of an exciting ending, though, yeah. What do I think is going to be the next one that reaches orbit? It's going to be ABL or relativity. One or the other. There is a mic queued up, but I can barely hear it. I can hear people cheering in the background. You guys probably can't hear it. You could hear it, Thomas? All right, cool. And I want to say, can you guys hear this? And then have everybody turn the stream volume up to maximum, and then have me talk and blow somebody's ear out. What you say, son? I can't hear you. Beta engine cutoff was right on time. Press kit is at T plus 237. Yeah, Mutter, the first stage performed just fine. What did I hear? I heard just people cheering in the background. That guy has a escape suit on. Either that or it's hazmat. No, yeah, it's a hazmat suit. They're sweeping the pad. That guy's making sure there's no hazardous materials. The pad didn't leak. Basically, he's making sure the pad survived the rocket launch. See, he's got the white suit on. Yeah, he's just going around. He's going to inspect everything. I mean, he's got the hazmat suit off, so there's no hazardous gases. Him looking for gases probably was the first thing that he did. What's the SCAPE suit? SCAPE. SCAPE suit is a suit. It's like a space suit that's designed for in atmosphere. Like for walking around on the ground down here. They use SCAPE suits in hydrazine systems on rockets. Yeah, he's got a Devo suit on. Yep. Looks like a Tyvek suit with a supplied air hood. Yeah, that guy's tracing. He's sniffing for haz gas. I know, Starch Face. I actually, dude, I would watch this every freaking time if I stutter when I'm tired. I would watch this every time if every launch provider did it. I'm dead serious. I would watch the pad for hours. I could watch this all day. It's really cool. I love all the stuff like that. I want to know what everything does. That's my favorite part. You know, like what does it take to safe the damn launch pad? Yeah, Noswolf, right? Congratulations, Firefly. Party hard tonight. Oh, God, I love Peter Beck. That guy is so cool.
Discovery,
hope you get to the sub to... Oh, him. He bends over and speaks from his rear. Oh, him. If people watch Boca 24/7, why not pad inspections too? Yeah, Red. I watch Boca 24/7, man. We got the fourth monitor. I got the stream on up there. We got the sucker on. There we go. I unmuted it. Here, see? I have the sucker on up there. You see me during the stream do this nowadays. I got another monitor. I could watch, just have NSF up going on over there. You know what I'm saying? Heading on out, football in the PM. Have a good one. Yep. It's gotta be some kind of a record.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
Okinator gifted a sub to Falcon. I would love another monitor, but I need a new desk. Anth, I got 4. I got 4 now, so I'm like, Oh, and you guys should see what I'm putting together for the auto streaming computer. The auto streaming computer is gonna have 3. We got another monitor mounted today, which is pretty cool. Bits! Thank you for your dedication. Thank you for watching. So, basically, I have 2 monitor mounts on each side of the toolbox now, guys, and one of them is going to have duals, and the other one is going to have the keyboard and the main monitor. So, like, I'll have chat up on the monitor, and then OBS on the the duals, and then one of them can be a desktop capture or whatever, and then I can mount some webcams on the monitor, and then I want some downward facing webcams. And the reason why I got the monitor mounts is so I don't have to take up space on the actual toolbox top surface, so we can use it as a workbench for working on parts. All right, someone, see you, buddy. We're waiting on that reacquisition of signal through Vandenberg, but yeah, I'm not sure. The keyboard and main monitor side. Yeah, Thomas, I have another one that looks exactly like that, only it has no keyboard mount, but it has the dual mount, which is pretty cool. Another pad vent down. So Thomas, like, the other thing I was considering is just taking the dual mount and the keyboard monitor mount are the same. They're the same company. So I was thinking about taking the dual mount and just mounting it, taking the single off, you know? And we could just run a 2 monitor setup that's kind of floating over the desk, but I could run a 3 monitor setup, you know? Like, IBM keyboard, what's the port? It's a Model M, and it uses a circular port with like a slit in it. I actually agree with that. I agree with that super chat. Yeah, PS2 is what it's called. Yeah, T-Man, that happens. Well, they're long past where they would have had acquisition of signal here, fellas, so I'm not sure what we're waiting on here for this stream, but it is 4 in the morning, so. So not too old. It's from 1989, and that's what the manufacture date on the keyboard says. The Firefly crew might be too busy celebrating. Thomas, I don't know about you, but if I was Tim, I'd go in there and celebrate with him. I'd bring the beer, dude. I'd go in there with a freaking keg and be like, yo, you're in orbit. Time to party. I'll tap it, baby. You know? I'm not even kidding. I would do that. I would have a keg. Keep it in the van. To be honest, I think that's what he's doing. Yep. Keg stands for everybody. Meanwhile, the guidance guy's like, the mission's still going. Shoot. Yeah, I'd be all up in it. Be all up in it, but yo, I got a keg of PBR. Yes, PBR. It's gonna be that kind of night, you know. Oh dear. This guy's inspecting the hold down points over there. At 57:26, expected Vandenberg AOS expected in 28 minutes, so still got some time. Okay, yeah, we got about 5 minutes. All right, Rocket. Yep. We'll see what happens. Night, buddy. I hope you get power back soon. Maybe going over the States right now, then? Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. Oof, yeah, I forgot. Daytona got hit pretty hard. Yeah. 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 Venting down. Should be coming into range here in a moment. Hey, Pasquale.
All right, everybody. Welcome back.
Hey!
Things are still fantastic. We're just a couple minutes away, a few minutes away, 3 or so minutes away from hopefully having another acquisition of signal as the rocket actually passes over Vandenberg, which is really cool. Vandenberg will reestablish a link, which makes sense. You know, orbits are about 90 minutes or so. So, yeah, I wanted to show you guys this. We do have a few more things in the meantime. We have a couple more slow-mos to show you guys. And again, I can't wait for Ryan Chalinsky with Cosmic Perspective is sure probably got some awesome stuff he's going to do with this footage. But check this out. We got a little bit more slow-mo here from you. There's that green flash from the T-Teb. Look at that, the plume on the left from the trench. But this is crazy. And here it comes.
Perfect.
Here comes
yeah,
the debris.
The first stage was great.
Oh no.
That's awesome. That's awesome, dude. Wow. Great separation.
Our
That's
poor
textbook.
camera.
Oh, it's fine. Come on now. That's
how awesome is that? And then you
excellent.
can see the rainbirds still pouring out and getting a water deluge going there. Yeah, that's that shot. I got another one here for you guys. Just give me 1 second to switch it over.
Yep.
But
that was
these
cool.
shots are going to be so cool. Oh, man. Again, once we get audio from these, because we do have some awesome audio from this. This is going to be some really, really fantastic images. So here's another shot here. This is the engine ignition. There we go. And liftoff again in half. Look at it raining. I wonder if that was liquid oxygen, like literally raining out of and plastic image.
Hold on
again in half. Look at it raining.
Huh. I need to see one more thing. Hold on. Yeah. It rolled. It rolled off the pad, guys. Like, right off the pad. Like, after separation. Not any... It obviously didn't make a difference because this first stage performed great, but look where the L is. See the L right there? So look at it. Let me back up and look at where it is here. So it's see it's over there. We back it up. The L is right here. When it's up here, it's over here. The rocket rolled. It rolled a little bit. Now it could just be a roll program, but you don't usually roll the rocket before you've cleared the pad I don't know if that's intentional. I think we saw it roll off the pad with the first Alpha as well. Yeah, and then the engine exploded. Oh yeah, no, it did. It definitely rolled it just a little bit off the pad. Yeah, you saw it right at separation. Watch the L. Watch it. Ready? It's gonna go this way. Yeah. Yeah, rolled a little bit off the pad. Interesting. Early Falcon 9 launches rolled immediately after liftoff. Yeah, they did that because the engine exploded, I think. Yeah, that was not on they didn't do that on purpose.
This downlink from was the African.
Cool.
Oh, comms confirmed 3 payloads were deployed. Oh man, that is fantastic news. That's incredible.
Great. Good. Cool. All right.
That's no easy feat.
Excellent. Good job.
Oh, yes.
Oh. She's rolling.
Yes. So yes, it is night here, as you can tell, and it's literally flying back over us, but you can see a little bit of the coastline there.
I don't know, Hokie.
This is, again, live video feed as it's in orbit. We don't have confirmation yet on the exact orbit that they ended up achieving.
Yes.
But we do know that it did achieve orbit, because here we are with signal over Vandenberg Space Force Base again. The Earth spinning below it into the darkness. You can see city lights down there. Ooh, there we go. There we go. That is video feed of the payload adapter. Now, obviously, they have a light there. You can see a fun thing to keep in mind too is this vehicle has liquid oxygen on board, so there's a lot of ice. And you see this on many rockets and many systems. You'll see things. Oh, you can kind of see the. Wait, is that? Wait. Is it already flying back over? Is this live? I'm so confused what we're seeing here. Or is that just that old? Oh, that's the second stage. This. So the vehicle is working on downloading imagery as well. So there could be some playback here. So this does not appear to be real time anymore. But that's something that the team.
All right. Well, they have confirmation of 3 successfully deployed payloads, dude. So here's what we're gonna do. It's 4:30 in the morning. I want to paste the link for Timmy's stream or Firefly stream that Timmy is hosting in chat. I'm gonna call it. I saw what I wanted to see. I did see some things that I'm not sure that were supposed to happen there, but it made it. So, congratulations to Firefly. Guys, it's not easy. Tim was right. I don't mean to echo his words, but he's right. Stuff's hard, man. It's really difficult to do what they just did. Even if it's in a slightly off nominal orbit, it's still, dude, that's still really good. So that's the second orbit on the second attempt. That's pretty freaking good, dude. Pretty good. We got another commercial provider in the books. They just showed the burn. Of course they did. Minecraft tomorrow? Yeah. Yes. Oh, they did show the burn. That's rad. Cool. All right. Yeah, it's not easy, Nature Boy. Yep. Thank you so much for going live despite you being sick. Now go rest up. Yep. All right, Red 8. Night. Relight happened for a tiny amount of time. It was a tiny relight. Cool. Hey, whatever. Grats to Firefly, man. It was awesome. I was so worried, dude. I was so worried that something went wrong there. But it didn't. Sucker made it. Damn, and I'll be honest with you, I'm damn impressed. It's pretty cool. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the cast. If you're wondering who was hosting the cast, that's Tim Dodd, the Everyday Astronaut.